What was that? That's crazy.
Whoa!
Hey guys.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Should I do the thing?
Do the thing.
Yeah,
do the
Please
thing.
do the thing.
Nothing changed.
Welcome to the
Theoretically.
4205 cast. The Kings are coming at you live on video,
On video.
where you can hear or watch us on tape delay.
Here. Definitely here.
Watch? You don't want to watch?
Watching works though.
Okay.
Then put us on mute and watch us on tape delay.
Today I have with me, and I have no specific way to go with this.
Just
order.
point of direction. We'll say whichever one.
Are we all on the same screen?
No, we're not. So this is gonna be fun.
All right. No, this way.
Nope. Dre, you were pointing to
Okay.
nothing.
This guy. Okay. This guy.
There you go.
But
Who's this?
Oh, Theo.
Okay. This guy.
It's totally
Nope.
wrong.
Oh, okay. This guy.
Yeah, that's Theo for me. But
Joe.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This worked out perfectly.
This guy.
Yeah. Perfect
Chris,
plan.
just say your goddamn name.
I said Chris already.
Did you?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't hear anybody say anything.
I said my name.
All right. Joe and
Theo.
Chris.
Wow. And I'm Andre.
Hey.
Mhm.
Hey.
Hey.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Not much.
The world's like falling apart. It's kind of great.
No, we just happen to be doing a video podcast. You
That's
know,
right. Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
normal.
nothing
Oh,
happened.
yeah, it's China
Nothing
Cabinet.
at all. China
China
Cabinet.
Cabinet. It's
Long
the
time.
return of
Oh.
China Cabinet.
I'm doing well.
Oh. China
Uh-huh.
voice now. That's
Yeah,
very
China
nice.
Cabinet and Nina.
I generally wasn't expecting China Cabinet to chime in.
Who knew?
That's great.
I mean,
Oh.
he is a reoccurring character, so
Yep.
I see him finally.
About time.
Yeah.
This China Cabinet.
Wait, does that mean we can't call them the viewers anymore? Because they technically,
There's listeners right now.
yeah,
Well, not for Andre.
apparently not.
Yeah, but well, you know, these things happen sometimes.
Mhm.
How do you pour
Censored.
China Cabinet in shame? I don't know why.
Andre just has his name.
Usually.
Look at this amazing picture of myself.
It's pretty
I
good.
have when I take the video off.
It's
It
pretty
really
good.
is a good picture.
Best
All right.
picture I've ever taken.
It's all right. It's all
How
right.
sweet that is. It's
It's
great.
legit. It's legit.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Not as well as I can be, I think. I'm not
Not good now.
that's better than like mostly everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm-
Strange times we are in.
I'm the busiest I've ever been.
Oddly enough,
I work,
huh?
I work in a public school.
Uh-huh.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah.
It's the busiest work day I've ever had.
In your whole time there.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun.
Everyone's scrambling to figure out how to do these online
Everywhere.
classroom- Yeah.
Everywhere.
And they're having all sorts of problems. And of course, I'm the guy that has to fix it, even though I can't fix it.
Well, Joe, you are Mr. Fix-It. As you
I am Mr. Fix It.
You have called yourself that.
Yeah.
That's true. That's because people are coming to me because I am, in fact, Mr. Fix It.
Hey, is
So
your name
fix it.
Felix?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's
Well,
he's different. He's a different person.
ah.
Yeah, he's not Mr. Fix It. He's Felix.
It's just Fix-It Felix?
Yeah, Fix It.
Or
Felix who fixes it.
There we go.
Not the same thing.
Yeah, roughly.
Sure.
So, anybody want to talk about video games?
Yes.
I guess
I would
lots of
love
time to do
talk
that
about
for now.
Yes, we
There's
need to talk about
nothing-
video games.
Nothing more I'd like to do than talk about video games.
Okay,
Not
calm
even
down
play
there,
video
Mr.
games.
Bug-Eyed.
Not even play video games.
Relax.
You have sided against us in battle, and this is not something we forgive.
Oh, fuck it.
This was all a mistake.
Yes.
All of
This
it
is your
was.
idea, Theo, by the way.
Yeah.
You could have
it
just done the
was.
audio recording over Discord.
Yeah, but I'm missing
Mhm.
you guys.
Yeah, I actually, I'm on board with this.
This
too.
is a side of us that the people who listen to our podcast never get to see, really.
Yeah.
Like, we
Like our
haven't done-
faces?
Yeah, we've done
Yeah.
a few live streams, but we've never done something like this before.
Hmm.
That's true.
Unprecedented times.
Yep. I guess.
Yeah, so let's talk about video games. Who wants
Yeah,
to start?
sure.
Let's try. Okay, I have no idea who's first.
Just
Point,
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 Whoever's
point
first.
in the
All right, we're
direction.
gonna do the pointing
Yeah,
thing.
let's
Yeah,
do
it
it.
worked out
Okay.
so well.
Okay.
Because we're clearly the same layout on everybody's screen.
Pick a person.
Theo.
No, point.
Theo, what you got?
Ironically, I'm not playing a lot of games. Nope, that's not me. Nope, again, not me.
Why don't
Yeah.
you just pick a direction and I'll tell you where it's pointing on my screen?
That works. It's just pointing differently on
Yeah.
everyone's screen.
I love that it's different on everybody's screen.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead. I'm actually not playing a lot. There's a
What?
He's
It's-
busy, even during these tough times. He's
not
busy.
even busy. I just don't feel like playing games. Honestly, yeah. I don't know.
Who are you? What have you done with Theo?
Yeah.
Now that you have plenty of time to do so.
Yeah, but I don't want to get too idle in this time, and
That's
then
fair.
it's hard to get back into the work mode. So I'm like, let me just like fall out a little bit.
I'm a Capricorn. This is what I'm normally used to.
Oh, okay. Just always working, always
Okay.
grinding.
Always working when I'm not
My
working.
my principal is like, I know you guys are not used to sitting around and being on a computer for up to 8 hours at a time, and I'm like, excuse me.
I feel
Y'all-
targeted.
Y'all are in my domain now.
I love
As
that
I like to
meme.
call it, the weekend.
I love that meme where it's like we were talking about everybody's talking about quarantine, but you're like it's just a regular day.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the only difference that I have no Chinese food now.
It's the only difference on this whole thing.
We just tried to order Chinese. I think our Chinese places are closed too.
Oh, yeah, no, they- yeah.
man.
yeah.
That is
fucking
Hey,
Wow.
guess what? Can't catch the coronavirus from a Chinese restaurant. If you think that, you're a fucking moron.
There's
Yep.
a lot of morons out there. Have you
There
been
is.
to? Have you tried to buy like toilet paper?
Oh my
don't get me
god!
started.
Don't, let's talk about video games, please.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
Like
yeah,
Oof.
yeah.
Theo,
that's all you
talk
get
about something. I don't care. This
Uh,
is my
Stupid.
direction for Theo. Theo,
We
please
can-
come up.
That's not what
He's-
Theo. You
no.
just pointed
He's
to
that
the
way
chat
for me.
box.
there. I am
Theo,
playing.
Theo, talk
yes,
about
nebulous direction. Actually picked up this little game that I actually had it for a while, but I started playing this thing called The Ambition of the Slimes.
Oh wow, what is that?
what?
What kind
Yeah.
of how free was that on
No, it was-
itch.io?
No, it's actually a super cheap game from the guy that made which tactical? It's one of the guys that made Final Fantasy Tactics. He's like one of the directors. Basically, the game is a little indie tactics game where you play as one of the Dragon Quest slimes, and what you have to do is try to inhabit the bodies of people stronger than you.
Hold on. So this
What?
is based off of what is essentially the manga. I woke up and was a slime or some shit along those lines, right?
That's
I don't
right.
know-
That is the thing.
I don't know if it's an isekai, but you just have some slimes and you just try to inhabit stronger people.
They're not
And
really Dragon Quest slimes, are they?
no, it's not Dragon Quest
Okay,
slimes, but
okay,
they're,
It might
they're,
as well be.
they're fashioned as Dragon Quest slimes, and it's cool. It's tough as hell because you have to. You start off every mission with like these slimes that are like super duper weak and cannot take a hit from anybody. So you have to try to maneuver and finagle your way across the battlefield to try to inhabit somebody that's super strong, so you could take out the other villagers.
Finagle.
Yeah,
That sounds kind of fun, actually.
it's
Finagle.
I've heard it
whatever.
both ways.
I've heard both ways as well.
Yes.
Tomato.
Let's call the whole thing off.
No, but it's pretty neat. It's all right so far. And also
What system?
got
Is that
the Switch.
Switch?
Switch,
Of course.
yeah. Yeah, I'm also playing Animal Crossing.
Oh, that did come out.
Yeah, that did come out. That's
That's some weird cross promotion with Doom.
I love it actually. That's actually
That
my
was-
favorite thing about it.
I know it wasn't
The best
actually
thing.
cross promotion, but it was totally.
It's
a meme,
it's
but
it's
it was
pretty
Like,
it's pretty much
it was
cross-promotion.
so wholesome.
Didn't the Twitters get on it though? Like they
Almost- I- they
Yeah,
must-
they were
they-
sharing a lot of fan arts.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
This Animal Crossing is like all the other Animal Crossing. It's just on the Switch now.
Great.
So
Perfect.
there's more direction in this one. So now you have mobile shit where you're like, oh, let me claim these things for playing every day. So I'm like,
Is
okay.
there an option to sequester yourself, put yourself into quarantine?
I mean, you're on a
Animal.
deserted island, so
That's the way to
Yeah.
live, isn't it?
right in these
Apparently.
times, apparently, yeah. But yeah, that's all I really have this week.
Wow.
Animal
Yeah.
Crossing has been up for about a day now.
Yeah,
Yes.
a whole day.
Yeah,
I've been,
Literally a
as
whole
of,
day.
as of this recording.
yeah, played for maybe 2 hours. It's fine. It's beautiful. I love how it looks, but it's Animal
Mhm.
Crossing. There's not much more to say than, yeah, you're on a deserted island.
Okay.
Trying to make a society.
Yep.
We live
Uh,
society.
so, so Joe,
Yeah.
what's going on with you?
Well, I've played a number of things since our last recording, but I'm probably going to try to keep it down. I played Children of Morta, finished it,
Oh,
decided I hated it. and only went through it for the story.
Which was good.
It was a good story, yeah.
Mm.
But the combat in that game is so anti-melee, and like 4 out of the 6 characters in that game are melee characters with super long animation lock attacks.
Mm-mm.
Right.
All the while, everything's beating on you, and I'm just like, this is just boring.
Mm.
It was obnoxious and agitating. I expected a lot more out of it. So that lasted about a couple of days, so I got through that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Surprising, pretty much only me, actually, because I expected to like this one.
Mm.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus came out on PC. I paid full price for it,
Ooh.
and I can't stand it. I can't stand that game. It's so undercooked.
Okay.
It's really, really basic. The neutral essentially boils down to, throw out an attack and try to option select into a combo.
So that was what they showed us, man. Like, they didn't hide that part.
I know. I expected to like it more.
So is this game for you guys?
No.
Because I watched the
It's not
stream.
for me.
I think it looks absolutely like gorgeous.
It is.
It's pretty.
Yes, it is not for me and Joe. It is not for the
because it has
fighting
cooldowns, right?
So that makes it. That's probably one of the better things about it, I feel, because it adds a certain strategic element to combat that you never have to normally think of. You got a really big cooldown when you use an EX move.
Yeah,
right?
There's no meter in it. Instead,
so there is meter, but it's only for super.
So there's multiple ways of doing these special moves. There's a special move button, and if you press a direction and the button, you do a special move.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a cooldown.
Mm-hmm.
If you input a specific motion and then press an attack button to get the special move out, the way you traditionally do a special move in a fighting game, the move has a shorter cooldown. So it's incentivizing you to do things that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes naturally to me. So like I don't even have that special button mapped, really. And EX attacks you could use a special button and like another attack to do the enhanced version of the special, or
it's like Under Night where you press the hardest button to do special.
You press the hardest button to EX, and then it has an even longer cooldown.
Yeah.
But the cooldown is reduced if you do it the
Proper
traditional way.
Like, for example, Gran has a fireball. Right?
Yeah.
You do the Hadouken motion with square triangle, it has a very small cooldown. If you do the EX version, it has a very, very large cooldown.
Yes.
Even if you do the motion, there's a significant cooldown. So you can't just spam fireballs all day. I mean, even if you're doing the proper way, there's still less fireball spam on screen.
Right. So the problem I have with this is that the gameplay itself doesn't feel finished. It feels like they could have done a lot more with this engine and still maintain the simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the fun stuff happens in the corner.
Kind of sounds like a lot of fighting games.
Yeah, that's how it is these days. The block button. There's a block button.
There is. You don't need it.
You don't need it, but it helps.
It definitely helps
because there's everyone has a built-in cross-up. So if you train yourself to use the block button when you're getting it from an attack, you pretty much never get hit with a cross-up. Because you just press that block button and you always guard the right direction.
Mortal Kombat, boys.
That's the thing I hate the most about the game is the block. I don't understand why it's there.
Yeah, and
it's counterintuitive for what the game is trying to teach people.
Yeah, it really is because it just essentially makes mix-ups into low attacks and jumping
high attacks.
Yeah, so if you're on the ground, all you have to do is just crouch and hold the block button. You'll guard everything. And if you see him go in the air, just stand up and hold the block button. And because the special moves the way they are, block strings are not all that great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can go in for a tick throw. You don't get a lot of mileage out of throws. I found it very boring, and I was never able to. I picked a high pressure character. I ended up going with Zeta.
Oh, okay, that sounds right.
I found her to be the most engaging character in the game.
Yeah, she's John Talbane essentially. Like she had a a
Wolf Charge.
yeah,
thing.
full screen personal project, like you become the projectile kind of deal.
Yeah.
Or
Doskoy.
kind of like a Ruby Heart, Doskoy. Not so much that, more
It's
John.
more, yeah, it's like it's a
You
lot
can
like
do multiple
John-
commands
yeah.
with it.
And she has like a stance where she counters like mid attacks and low attacks, and there's a follow up after it. And there's like ways to continue pressure after that, but because of the block button, you never really get anything out of it.
Yeah.
Which really turned me off from it. And
She's considered to be she's not lower tier, she's mid tier.
mid, she's mid.
She's
Like,
mid.
this game essentially boiled down to just playing at range, trying to bait attacks and counter poke, and then counter poke into a special.
And that's counterintuitive to what the game wants you to do.
Well, that part not so
Theoretically.
much. That'll teach you how to play neutral. That'll teach you a basic way
I mean,
of playing.
That's pretty much what the game is based around. I'm
Yeah.
obviously currently playing it too,
Mhm.
clearly.
Like if I want to play a game like this, I would absolutely go back to Street Fighter 4. The Street Fighter 4 had a similar neutral to this game, where you just dancing around trying to fish out attacks and bait things out and counter poke, but it's a lot more deep in Street Fighter 4. Like this game is not meant for me, and I got it because a lot of my friends who play fighting games were really looking forward to it and really enjoying it. So I wanted to get on that one. Then
Are they Grand Blue fans as well?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Before this game, I've never really heard of this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
It's a gotcha game,
Yeah.
so yeah.
I mean, since then I've learned of it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to like it because I wanted to enjoy a game where I feel like their technical prowess didn't really matter so much.
Okay.
But I'm just so experienced with fighting games that I just ended up just demolishing them anyway.
Well, yeah, because it's most of the combos in this game. It's like standard combo that happens in this game is usually in the corner. Like all the really high damaging combos entirely take place in the corner.
Yeah.
So you will get like for Grand, I'm gonna give you an example. Like ducking fierce into EX Fireball. All right, and you do another ducking fierce into the Tims, as they call it.
EX Tims.
Yeah, not even EX Tims, right?
He just shoves his boot in your face.
Yeah,
that's,
shoves
that's
your
what they
boot
call
in your
EX. That's what
face.
they call Tims.
Yeah, Tims. People
Timberlands.
they spam the boot a lot because it gives a solid knockdown and it's a facing tool.
Yeah.
So you can do regular Tims or EX Tims, right? And then you can combo after a medium slash into a Shoryuken or even a super afterward, and it does like Half-Life with the
Yeah, you can do a lot of damage in the corner. The problem,
Easy.
yeah.
Like you can get 2/3 damage in the corner with consistently with
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah,
character.
it's not that you're not going to land a hit in this game. It's just a lot
Mhm.
tougher because, usually I just end up going for the throw because it's just so easy to block in this game. I got a lot of mileage out of throws, but I got bored real fast.
You pick Ladiva? You should probably try Ladiva then.
Maybe.
I'm just saying. I know she's not great, but
I've tried refunding it 3 times. They will not refund it, so I guess I'm stuck with it.
How long did you play it?
I gave it like a solid week of
Like how much hours is that?
I was playing for a couple of hours a day.
Okay. Yeah.
I honestly gave it a shot. I did.
I'm sorry you don't like it, man. I actually
Me too.
I think
I paid full price for that.
So my verdict on the game, it's basic, but it's fun. Like I don't know. I'm like maybe because I'm not going too hard on it. I mean, I'm playing online. Like
My opinion is it's basic, but it's basic.
yeah,
It doesn't feel like it was in the oven long enough.
I'm gonna say this about it. It really makes me wish it was a fucking Final Fantasy game. Like seriously, like Nobuo Uematsu
Instead of-
did some of the soundtrack and everything. Like
Instead of
music's
Dissidia being the Final Fantasy fighting game.
exactly.
Don't bring
Like
that up.
it's just like if we could get that kind of production for a Final Fantasy fighting game, oh my god, it would sell ungodly amounts of copies.
I doubt that.
No,
but
it really
Uh,
wouldn't.
It would.
It would. Are you kidding? You're underestimating the Final Fantasy people.
maybe you're right. But like
Especially if there's
Big.
did Dissidia do well?
no,
Dissidia-
but that's
Dissidia's
because the game's
bad,
bad.
Yeah. Every Dissidia was bad.
Well,
Also, Joey,
I don't know if Grand Blue would be considered bad as much as it's just Not
It's
for you.
popular.
It's not for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
think it's a
not.
bad game
I'm
either.
not saying. I didn't say it was bad. At no point did I say this sucks. It's terrible. It's awful. I just said I don't like it. I hate it.
Yeah,
That's,
the
that's all I said.
game is solid.
It doesn't suck, but I hate it.
It doesn't suck, but I hate it.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds on brand to me.
yeah. So I'm kind of mad. I went all in on it. I just threw my caution to the wind, and I bought it right away because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go.
Sometimes you got to
You know
do
what?
that though.
Because at the time, I wasn't worried about Evo being canceled. I want another game I could play for Evo.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah, who knows?
Well, it's okay.
who knows?
Evo's still not canceled.
We'll see. I'm not gonna cross that bridge till we get there.
No, I said I wouldn't hold my breath on that
Yeah.
one either.
So I ended up buying Borderlands 3 as well
Mm.
for half the price of Grand Blue. Granted,
On-
it's
On
six-
Epic Game Store?
no on Steam.
Oh, it finally came out.
Oh.
Yeah, it released on Steam for half price.
That's, you know what? That's how Steam is going to win now.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got it. I mean, I got it because a friend of mine said, "Are you gonna buy Borderlands 3?" And I'm like, "Are you gonna buy Borderlands 3?" And we did.
Damn,
And we,
it's
and,
full
and we
price
did.
now.
Yeah. He's like, he's like, "Are you gonna get Borderlands 3?" And I'm like,
Oh,
"You're gonna get Borderlands 3?"
Who's jumping in first?
I'm like, "Okay, I'll get it if you get it." He's like, "Are you gonna get it?"
God.
So I ended up getting it.
Uh-huh.
Did he get it?
He got it.
there you go.
I wish he didn't. That'd have been funny.
Yeah.
I don't
Sad.
want
I wouldn't be
Funny.
listen. I wouldn't be talking about it if he didn't get it.
Okay.
Okay, he got it.
All right.
Does
So
this
I
happen to be Solid Dave?
No, this is Russell.
Oh,
But
Hey, and I
did-
see Russell has it too. Look at that.
Yep.
yeah, shout out.
But Solid Dave did end up getting it, so there might be some additional people playing. So I might actually get more than two. I've been pretty much playing this exclusively with Russell. I have not played any single player yet.
That's kind of how you should play Borderlands.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to play it by myself more because I like Borderlands and I've really got nothing else to do.
Okay.
But I kind of want to stick with that. I want to play this with other people.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. It's not as funny as 1 and 2. Certainly not as good as 2.
Mm.
But there's this kind of thing. I haven't played a Borderlands game for a while. I did not play the pre-sequel. I didn't play any of the Telltale stuff. So
Which is a
I'm
totally
kinda-
different game.
Yeah, I'm
Not even
kind of
Borderlands.
behind in the story, but I don't really care.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
You don't know about Handsome Jack?
I know about Handsome Jack. I know all about a Handsome Jack.
All
You know,
right.
I'll-
So you're
I'll-
fine. That's all you need.
I'll care about the story in this one, but I'm learning about what happened in the story in the other ones in the course of this one.
Did you meet Reese yet?
Yeah, I talked to him. I'm on the
Okay.
second planet now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right where we left off. In fact,
Uh,
right where we left off.
Well, if
This
you're
is-
waiting on Russell, I don't know if you're ever going to get to see it. So make sure that you have backup plans to actually play
Well,
yourself.
that's where Solid Dave comes in, and maybe somebody else. I don't know. I'm able to find some more people to play with, but I'm gonna try to stick with Russell as much as I can. I like looter shooters that are arcadey, like this. This is how I prefer them.
Yeah.
This is how I like. What are you doing, Dre?
no.
Chris just got up and left. Didn't
I know he just got up and left.
I'm
This
just
way.
like,
I saw that. I
This
think
way.
nah, he's
He
like
ordered-
diagonally away
No, it's
across.
this
the street.
way.
yeah, he
Okay.
ordered food earlier. I think this food arrived.
I have food here too. Look at
Well,
this.
I am very hungry.
Guys,
What?
A couple of burgers.
banana.
I've
Let's
got.
do this. I
I've
can
got-
eat. I
I've
can
got-
eat
I've
this
got-
on air.
I've
Don't
got
do
this,
it.
I've got this copy of Charles Barkley. Shut up.
You
and
can't
Dance.
eat that.
No, I can't. But you know what I can do? I
What?
can split it in two. What? Wow.
Shut up and jam.
Now you may be thinking, is this just a case? No, it's not. There's an actual Genesis game inside. That's copy number 1 and copy number 2. Whoa! Actually, yeah, okay. This is the stupidest thing I ever did in my money.
So, do you have a Genesis?
No.
Cool.
Is that your only 2 Genesis games?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, it is.
I got my Genesis in the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
God, that was 20 years ago.
right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was old when I got it.
When you got what?
My Genesis.
Yeah, you weren't here because you just got up and left for some reason.
I had my food came. I'm sorry.
Told you. I was right.
Good. Nobody said you were
right.
wrong. Relax. Stop making everything a contest.
Mhm.
Dang.
Well, I have to win something. Come on.
I was to say, be nice to Joe. He needs to win at something.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh,
Thank
hang
you.
tight, buddy.
Guy wins at like almost everything.
Are you kidding me? I have lost my last 4 Zelda Randomizer tournament games.
Yeah. How many Grand Blue Fantasy games did you win?
All of them.
I get online or against my friends.
Against your
Against
friends.
your friends.
100%.
I win
Yeah, 100% win rate.
100%.
97.
Yeah, there it is.
Cents?
I won
You lost
100.
one time.
I won 103.
What?
100 wins, 3 losses.
That sounds
No
right.
wonder you hate this game.
It's also the reason I can't refund it.
Who can actually play it?
I'm
Like,
good at
I
this game. hate it.
played online against other people. I didn't
How
win
did
every game.
So how did your experience with the netcode go? Because actually, in my experience, it's actually pretty good.
It was pretty good. I had
Yeah,
little
I had a
trouble.
lot of like, ooh, that should be on the news docket later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta talk about that.
That's right. I had
promising.
I had a little trouble with some slowdown and some like lower connection stuff, but I barely noticed it. I was dropping stuff from some matches, but it wasn't that bad.
Wasn't egregious. Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah, that's been my experience with the online too. It's actually not been too bad. It's surprisingly good for an Arc Sys game, honestly. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that's all I got. Unless I'm
So you like
forgetting
Borderlands?
stuff. I like Borderlands. I do.
Worth the wait?
I like
half off.
I like it was yeah. I like Borderlands. I
That's
told
it. He
myself
got-
it was yeah. I told myself it was coming out around this time, even though
You got the
it was
right-
Epic 6 months ago.
He got the right price point to fit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
And they fixed everything they need to fix with it. So
Mhm.
like the Epic
Win-win.
Game Store right now is just the beta testing platform.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bingo.
That's
I
all.
mean, a lot of people give me flack for like still hating on it, but I have reasons.
I get it. I definitely redeem all those free games though. Like every week they have like, here's Assassin's Creed Syndicate for free. I'm like,
Like-
yeah, all right.
What I really should do is I should really get that like launcher consolidation program.
Mm.
Whatever.
I mean, what is it?
I forgot what it was
Galaxy
called.
2.0 or whatever it is like ridiculously cool.
Yeah.
Galaxy, that's the GOG one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but do you have any GOG games?
Yeah, I have a few.
I mean, what does it matter if he does? You could still use it.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it.
Mm.
I just don't like navigating a bunch of different launchers. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Fair.
Because you got spoiled by only having one.
Well,
Incredible.
I got spoiled for having none really, they were all in
Yeah.
my I used to have a folder for game
Yeah.
shortcuts.
Yep.
That's what I used to
I missed
have. That was
I
my
missed that.
launcher.
No, you
I
don't
miss
miss
that
that.
too.
No, you don't.
I miss that. Yes, I do
I miss
miss
that. I do
What?
miss it. It's
Why would I
complete
miss that?
complete customizable experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss when modding was drag a file into a directory and replace
Oh, you guys are
one thing with another.
insane.
What do you mean
What
I'm
happens if you
insane?
drag the C drive into the C drive?
It implodes. That guy got a lot better with machines. Okay.
You know that you can
Clearly.
still just make shortcuts in Steam.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
you guys are
So
crazy.
like it accomplishes exactly the same thing,
Uh-huh.
except
Mine is
it's
as
in a
easy
list
as ever.
instead of
Yeah.
icons.
Well, I already have a library directory. I don't have to do that now.
You're a library directory.
Okay, thank you.
There it is.
Yeah.
Fucking dude.
That's what I like to hear.
What does China Cabinet have to say about that?
Probably nothing.
Nothing, because the voice of China Cabinet is not here right now.
Mhm.
Sleeping.
The Seiyu, is that the correct term?
Just say yeah.
Say you, yeah.
Let's say you.
Weeb.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a
China
fucking
Yeah,
Cabinet.
who's a
weeb,
weeb
yeah.
now? All that,
China
talking
Cabinet
all that
Seiyu
shit.
is a weeb. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
That is no.
You
You
used
know,
the
to be
correct
fair-
terminology.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Using correct terminology makes somebody a weeb. Wow.
hmm
Yeah.
Bro, if you
Chris,
if
what are you
say-
playing?
If you no, you say you, you're a fucking weeb.
Wow.
Straight up. If-
Say you, say me.
I mean, this is what it be.
Wow. What's that on your desk, Chris?
Yeah, but Chris knows he knows he's a weeb though. That's
Oh, I
fine.
know I'm a weeb, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you act
fine.
like I'm ashamed. There's no shame.
Terrible.
That is Kamen Rider 01, the first Kamen Rider of the Reiwa.
Reiwa era.
hmm And he is super awesome. He has a very standard design, much like to invoke the original.
It glows in the dark.
There you go. And he does glow in the dark. It's pretty great, actually.
Have you put a black light on him yet?
Not yet. I don't have one. I need to get one. Oh,
Mm.
You
I
really
think,
don't need to get a black
do
light.
it.
light is what's something low on the priority list.
It'll show off things that you don't want to show off to people.
that's okay. My house isn't that filthy. I don't have to worry.
Mm.
Does your
Right.
cup say drink on it?
It does.
Drank or drink?
Drink.
Oh, okay.
Is that to remind you what to do with it?
Yes.
That's
I
like,
like it.
That's like eating at a restaurant called Eat.
It knows I'm dumb, so I'm very appreciative of it. So.
What video games are you playing?
What? Jesus Christ. So besides toiling with the Kunio-kun games a couple weeks ago, which was a fucking blast,
Mhm.
I started Devil May Cry 3 on the Switch, which is now the definitive version.
Definitive version of Devil May Cry 3.
I got to mission 16, which is the worst mission in the game, and I was like,
Is that the dice one?
No, that's a
No,
chess
no,
one.
that's in four. No, it's not.
That's in 4. Okay.
4 and
Yeah,
that's
it's in
mission
4.
19 in 4.
No, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. No, see, no, the shitty mission in DMC is the tower mission where you gotta like
Mm.
thing and spin the tower, and I was just
Yeah, that's not a great one.
I don't remember how to do this.
The puzzles in DMC were never fun.
And this is the
Three
biggest puzzle
yeah,
in
3 is the
3.
worst, I think.
No, it's not one.
One
Those are obnoxious.
one is like a Resident Evil game though, so it's like
It
all
is.
right.
Yeah, that's why it's the worst one.
It's quite literally.
Yeah. So I got there and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this right now. And I transferred over all my save data from the PS3 that I was the PS4 that I was borrowing, and we ran into an unexpected error, so I lost all my save data.
Ugh.
So
Even in the cloud?
I didn't use the cloud.
Ugh. Damn.
Yeah, which was a mistake.
Ah.
Quite obviously.
Cloud is the cloud saving is the only thing gaming should have involved in the cloud.
Well, what had happened was
See, what happened was
exactly.
this.
So I let my PSN expire because Claire and I share the PS4 again. So it's like, what's the point if we're just going to split this account anyway? So before I had the foresight of like, oh, maybe I should download my shit to the cloud save, I was going to do a manual transfer. So because my buddy Jay, it was his PS4 that I was borrowing, he let I guess he just didn't turn on for like a month or so.
Yeah.
And it did a weird it booted up in safe mode.
So
when
when you let your PSN lapse at 3 a.m., it'll try to update everything, but it doesn't have the PSN. So it's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it freaked out.
Yeah.
So
My PSN do that all the time.
And I think it fell behind 2 versions for a reason, even though it was only off for like a month.
Yeah.
And we tried doing the manual reboot, and they were like, oh, this works. It doesn't work. Or it didn't work. So we had a factory reset system, so all my save data was gone. So
that sucks.
I stared at all my games, and I went, well, I think you're all insane for disliking DMC5 the way you all did. So I decided to play through it at the same time that I was playing 3.
Nobody disliked DMC.
It was fine, but
It's
that's
totally fine.
That's
You
the
didn't finish
problem
it.
with it. I finished it.
No, I think it's better than fun. I think it's incredible. Actually, having played it side by side with 3, I think it's as far as gameplay goes, it's a superior game by far. Like, I don't think it's close. Like, not even close. Mm-mm. Sorry, you're all insane.
Our audio listeners can't see that, Joe.
That's fine. Joe is being like, nah, son. He's doing the Shane McMahon. So
what's the save data you lost that hurt the most?
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
You platinumed it?
Huh?
You platinumed it?
I mean, that's just
so
your
you're fine
achievement data should still be there, right?
Yeah.
It is.
You keep your achievement data.
Yeah,
Actually, no.
that's
Technically,
good.
That game.
actually, it's because of that. Technically, my DMC5 data was the one that hurt the most. So I went, you know what? I guess I have to replay DMC5.
Twist my arm.
I have beaten DMC5. Let's see. I beat it on normal, Son of Sparta, Dante Must Die, Heaven or Hell, and I'm currently on Hell or Hell, which actually makes it the DMC game that I have played the most now.
Wait, did you say hell or hell?
Hell
Yeah.
or Hell. So, an explanation. Hell or Hell.
Nice choice.
The hardest difficulty by far, because it essentially what you have to do is all right. So in Heaven or Hell mode, after you beat Dante Must Die, which means all the enemies are at 800% health, and
That could be fun though. Sometimes things die too fast.
I agree. it is not fun when you have to deal with two of those teleporting motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a couple fights in there. Like I used so many gold orbs for that run through. Oh my god,
oh,
great.
you're not caring about your rank at all.
Not at that point.
Oh, okay.
What does he have left to prove?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, dude, the fact that I'm even getting through it is a fucking miracle. So I beat. Although I did do the most satisfying way to kill Virgil, and you guys are gonna be proud of me. I real guarded him to death.
Yes, yes, it's
There you
very
go.
satisfying.
When he does that shit where he's flying around, as he came for the last fucking part, I did the fucking release and like,
Oh, that is amazing.
too. so, and I'm also like I've learned. I mean, I know how to jump cancel in DMC because, you know, I've been playing that series since the beginning.
Can you beat the first boss?
In Hell, I already did. I'm on mission 3.
No, I mean the one you're supposed to lose to. Can you beat him? What's his name?
Oh,
Urzin?
yeah.
Urzin?
Urzin.
I mean, I think he's asking if you can do it, not if it's able to be done, because we know
Yes,
it's able to be done.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not on Dante Must Die. I beat Dante Must Die. I ran through Heaven or Hell mode in a day. Heaven or Hell mode.
It's easy.
Everything dies on one hit. So you just shoot everything and everything dies, right? It's extra fun if you want to take that challenge of like, oh, do you want to go in and kind of show off a little bit to get a high ranking? But really, you can just shoot everything and still get an S ranking on every single mission.
Yep.
So I did that, and I'm currently playing through on Hell or Hell, and that's hard because it's all the enemies have the health that they would have on Son of Sparta, which
Ooh.
hard mode, normal,
But you die in one hit.
but you die in one hit, and you have 3 continues for each stage.
So it's Joe plays Bayonetta mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Mega Man
is a-
Zero.
It is a no damn it. Yes. Jesus Christ. Dude, I keep like wanting to play that, and I stare at it and I go, nope.
Yeah.
I can't right now.
Not right now.
I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to like be in the mood.
Yeah.
But DMC 5, yeah, I adore that fucking game, man. Like
When they release the special
Literally.
edition, I will get it and I will play through it again, and I might feel the same way you feel about it.
it's if they do the special edition, the things that I want them to do and the things that I want them to do for you, where it's like, oh, just play through anybody in any mission.
That's all I want.
Man.
Virgil
Oh,
and play through with anybody.
I'll just
Yes.
wait for 6.
Ah, dude, you're missing out. The mechanic.
I played the game. I'm not missing out on anything.
You didn't beat it.
I
You
did.
did beat
Oh,
it.
okay.
I did
Okay.
beat it.
I didn't know you beat it.
Of
What do you
course you
just-
did.
Look,
He
Actually,
just
hadn't
said it
finished
10
it.
minutes ago.
Well, I'm drinking. You gotta forgive me, okay?
Oh boy. Oh.
Yeah, there is liquor in that, by the way.
Yeah, this is the
Yes.
second drink. So,
Demonetized.
hey,
Drink.
it'll be fun. Nobody's paying attention.
they're,
Jesus.
But yeah, so
they're all too busy buying toilet paper.
they really are.
I got enough already.
5, and I finished DMC 3. So unlocked Virgil mode, which I'm going to play through next, which is my next playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
And man, yeah, that version of DMC 3 is fucking great.
Yeah.
Style switching is so good. Although Royal Guard sucks ass in that game still.
Still sucks in that game, huh?
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So bad. You got to time it. It's like, nope. I mean, also, you know what? There's some frustrations I have with that game. In
With
retrospect.
3?
Yeah. I don't like all the enemy types. There's a lot of enemy types that are restrictive in how you attack them. I'm talking
Well,
about
that's pretty much any Devil May Cry game.
except 5.
Yeah, my ass.
No. What enemy type restricts you other than the teleporting
I
guys?
didn't memorize enemy types into them. I just
Well,
didn't
I have
like
had
them. I just
time.
didn't like a lot of them.
I have had time to do so, and the
Okay.
thing about DMC 5 is it does what every DMC game wants to do in every conceivable way, with the exception of some of the shield guys. You can't do like everything to them because some of them just no sell hits. But there's a lot of enemies in 3 that piss me the fuck off. The shield guys that float around are one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys that are essentially booze piss me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Hit them until like you just turn around and it's just
Yeah.
and the angels. The angels might be the worst fucking enemies in the history of the series.
In 4?
In 3.
In 3.
Oh, in 3. Okay.
See, you guys don't even remember which ones I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Because I
I know
don't
Yeah.
I don't memorize the enemies in Devil May Cry.
Oh, it's just where I'm at with the series because,
I can tell.
well, it's what do you want, man?
No, you're playing on different levels too, so
Yeah.
Like DMC 3, like obviously you guys know how hard I fought for that game and how amazing it is, but like the enemy types in that game are very frustrating. And if the whole point of the game is for you to like let's see how much you can style beast while switching up your style enough, but not feeling like it's completely limiting you in doing so. DMC3 actually falls a little short in that category, and 5 doesn't. So I think actually I really like playing these games at the same time. Kind of affirmed my feelings of how when I said I played DMC5, I'm like, I think this might be my favorite game in the series because of how good it feels to play, and I think I'm actually going to stand by that.
Yeah, it feels good to play. I never denied that.
It feels incredible to play. Like fuck, like it holds the fuck up, man.
I honestly just didn't like going through the game.
Yeah, man, I'm really sad about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happened?
Chris had like an earthquake or something.
No. I bumped. I honestly took a tag off my hoodie and it bumped everything up. So sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
Better back in.
It's your keyboard.
I mean, I don't know. My biggest issue with Devil May Cry 5 was I just don't like Nero.
Oh,
That's
my boy. Oh.
Nero has those arms really should not be consumable.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind the consumable. I mind the fact that you can't switch.
You can't choose.
The cycle. The cycle is bad.
The consumability doesn't bother me. It's the cycling that bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. That's actually I think the single biggest flaw of the game.
What does he do with the D-pad, Nero?
Well, I switch it because
okay, yeah,
arms left and right because like I switched it with it's double trigger.
If you could like equip 4 of the arms on the 4 cardinal directions, that'd be fine. You solve that problem.
And double tap if you want to have all 8. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all you have to do.
Solve
Just
it.
have the double taps for the extra styles in 3 because that's what they have in 3 for.
Yeah, that was pretty much my only problem with Nero because those are what set him apart from like being just a generic character to play with.
And it's a shame because like Nero, like Max Act is such a fucking incredible like it's an incredibly good mechanic. Like it's such a good mechanic that like I'm actually okay with the fact that he doesn't have other weapons, which I didn't think I thought would bother me, but like in hindsight it's kind of like Max Act is such an awesome thing. It doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, I did find that a lot of fun. It's just I wanted more variety out of Nero. The arm system really doesn't do it for me.
The arm system it has all the things you need it to do. The problem is they decided to put this weird limitation on it. And
exactly.
That is the one thing that keeps DMC5 from being a 10 out of 10 for me.
Also, V really sucks.
Yeah.
V really sucks.
I disagree because I had
the most enjoyment playing as V in that game.
V also because of my recent JoJo watching. That's your JoJo character.
Sure.
Character like that's how you play a JoJo character right there.
I think the twins from Astral Chain is a better representation of that.
Oh, I mean, it's blatant.
Yeah.
Who played Astral Chain?
Blatant as personas. But,
Me.
God, I never did get back to that, did I?
Yeah,
you didn't.
I forgot.
I finished Astral Chain.
Plenty of time for that, Joe.
I guess you're right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, it looked a lot better than it was.
The biggest problem.
Would you consider it to be the best platinum game?
No, not even close. No.
Oh.
The biggest problem with that
Vanquish.
game is there's not enough combat. You're doing the detective shit for way too much, which is cool at first, but then it meanders for too long.
You
I just want to fight things.
Wait, hold on. You play a game where you're doing the detective shit for like the entire game, and there's no actual gameplay, and you like that.
I don't want that in my character action game.
Yeah, it's bad when it's in the middle of your Devil May Cry game.
The hell.
Just like I was lied to when I was told Disco Elysium was an RPG.
Ugh, there it is.
Ori is a Metroidvania.
Yeah, right. It's not. It's not. To this day, I still don't understand why people like that game so much. Although I hear its sequel is a lot better.
It's pretty good so far. I'm like 20 minutes in. It's all right.
I mean, the
combat
guy
is way better.
The guy who designed another Metroid 2 remake designed that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a plus.
Yeah,
That's a plus for me, man.
I did not know
What
that.
was this?
yeah.
What's that?
Ori 2.
Ori 2.
Ori. Shit,
and the
did he?
Will of the Wisp. Yeah.
Bro, I might. Oh, fuck. I might pick that up.
Ori and the Blind Forest is just a
Yeah,
generic,
I don't
pretty
get it.
looking game.
It's pretty.
If somebody told me it was a platformer first, I'd have thought differently about it.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, like you have to. My expectations and what games are labeled as really color my
Honestly,
my opinions of them.
The word Metroidvania is like that implies a lot.
A
does.
certain thing.
If it doesn't hold up to certain things, it's like, that's not what I wanted.
Like I expect a big sprawling map that I can explore and discover secrets in, and
Metroid
really-
Fusion.
and much faster combat. Metroid Fusion, I didn't like.
Okay. All right.
Also, it's
kinda
not a
like it.
Metroidvania game. It's
No,
a
it's
Metroid.
not.
But that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But people
Yeah.
would classify it as
It
Metroidvania.
did have a big map. It just wasn't like.
It was
So it was a
broken up
sprawling-
into stages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really didn't like that about it. It seemed to run counterintuitive to what I expected out of Metroid games.
Mm.
But that's not to say I didn't like the game at all. I did
Yes.
like it.
You just didn't like the labeling of it.
I was. It certainly did tension very well.
Ooh, yeah.
It's considering what that game accomplishes,
Mhm.
it's kind of I
Yeah.
think incredible.
Yeah, I mean that whole separate the map into stages thing is a strike against it, but it's still a good game.
It is incredible.
Also, there are like shortcuts and stuff between the maps that you
Yeah.
can find.
Eventually, you get that.
like
Yeah,
at
but
the
it's
very end, like
Yeah.
a la Final Fantasy 13, where the game is actually a game literally before you end it.
it's
Yeah.
pretty linear for a Metroid game.
It is.
You know what?
That's its biggest strike.
Mm-hmm.
Metroid 2 was pretty linear also, so maybe it's just even Metroids are linear and odd Metroids are open-ended.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I'd be okay with that, honestly.
Well, I would just like there to be more Metroid games.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see where this Prime 4 goes because we know
Nothing.
Nothing.
We know nothing about it, and I'm pretty sure neither do the developers.
Entirely possible. All right, Dre, what you playing?
Well,
This ought to be good.
it's a new Diablo season.
God damn it.
Next, please.
So,
Dre, what's new in this Diablo season?
the gimmick for this season is that Kanai's Cube, which allows you to extract legendary powers
Mhm.
from legendary items and just equip the power. It's normally broken down into weapon, armor, and accessory. Now
Yeah.
you can just use whatever item you want in any slot.
Okay.
So if you wanted to have 3 weapon powers equipped, you can have 3 weapon powers equipped.
Neat.
So it's really cool. It's basically like the season that everybody came back for, which was the season of Grandeur, where they gave you a free Royal Ring of Grandeur without having to equip it. It's
Mhm.
not as powerful as that in terms of that gave you a new item. Like you just had a free item,
Mhm.
but it does give you a lot of variety in builds because this season you just can make up new builds because you have unprecedented customization in the Kanai's Cube.
Mhm.
So it's pretty good.
I do like the way some of these things come together with the various combinations, just like making things just explode into a mess of damage.
Oh yeah,
It's
Like
pretty.
Isaac.
It's yeah. It's like I was about to say. It's pretty much the same thing I like about Binding of Isaac.
Makes sense.
It's the reason I still play that game. It's probably the reason you still play Diablo.
yes. I just like things exploding in
Mhm.
Diablo. So
Hey, man, sometimes you just
like big numbers.
a loop you like.
the
Yep.
game has big numbers. Things explode.
Numbers
Yep.
big.
I get bigger numbers because I get better items.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep.
I get it.
And you get
Uh,
better items because you get bigger numbers.
Exactly.
Never
Mega
ended.
Man Zero Anniversary or whatever collection.
Yeah.
Before we got shut down and can't travel and all that other stuff. I mean, technically, we could still like do it. We're
You
not
can move
actually
about.
really shut down, but
No. We can
we've
walk
been
around our neighborhood.
encouraged to not do so.
We're not under.
It's
we're
still
not.
early.
We're not under Paul Phoenix yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the wrong. That's the
That's
wrong.
that's
tech
wrong.
character.
Wrong guy.
Yeah, wrong guy.
Wrong tech
Uh,
character.
Wrong character.
So when I was still traveling to work, as I've been working remotely for the past week, so I have not really played it since I have it on the Switch. Mega Man Zero Anniversary Collection, or ZX Zero, it's a mouthful.
Yep.
Mega Man Zero is the X collection.
Yeah, those games are cool.
Yep.
I'm
Fantastic package.
I'm so happy there's no fucking input delay.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's just 0-1,
There is 0-1.
the first Zero game. There's some weird input stuff in that game.
Yes.
And I think like 0-4 just on its base level just kind of eats your inputs. It just does whatever the hell it wants to do sometimes.
I mean, the best one in the original Zero series is 3. my opinion.
Yeah,
It's
obviously
incredible.
people love 3 because it's got like a nice wrap-up storyline to the entire series.
Its story is incredible. Like that's Mega Man Zero. It's a shame that like it was relegated to a handheld because like
I don't think that was the issue. I think the difficulty was the problem.
I mean initially, yeah, but like as far
As far as is it too difficult or not difficult enough?
Too
as
difficult.
too difficult.
But
Zero one is
the only-
ridiculous.
The only game in that series that's really difficult is
It's
Zero.
the
Is
first
one.
Yeah.
Zero Two is hard, but like
It's Mega
manageable.
Man. Yeah.
By the time you get to 3, the game is just a regular Mega Man X game.
So
Yeah.
so if I were to jump into the series, and I kind of am looking to do it because I never did it before.
Mhm.
I don't know why it never really appealed to me. Maybe it was the art style. Because which
it's
one
not for
would-
everyone.
Wait, which one would I just jump into?
Just jump into
Honestly,
Zero. The first
Do it from
one.
the beginning.
Okay,
Yeah, because
I won't get
Especially with the save assist system now.
yes,
I
yes.
won't get burnt down on it if I just go through all of them. Or...
No, Joe, the save options they added in 01 for this collection are almost fucking necessary because it removes a level of frustration that the original one had.
The original Mega Man Zero is unfair game.
It straight
Unfair.
up changed that game. There's an elephant boss in that game that you will not know what to do to him the first time you fight him, and then you have to go through the whole stage again.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not one of those things where like you'd feel bad for using
Yeah.
the crutch, the new save system. You will not because
All it does is it just inserts regular Mega Man style
That's it.
checkpoints in the game.
yes, exactly. Yeah, It
Okay.
makes it a regular.
All it does. Well, it also works as a save state, so you could actually load from it too.
Yes.
Yes,
Which is
If
cool.
For whatever reason, you say, "Oh, well, I'm not going to get an S rank because I screwed up this section. Let's load from it."
All right.
Yeah, Joe, I highly recommend the collection. Like,
I'll check it out.
also,
Yeah.
you get to play ZX for the first time, which is
Yeah.
Mega Man ZX, I think, is the best game out of all of them. The
ZX and
the problem is
03
that
are very close.
The problem with ZX is that the storyline is useless.
Oh yeah, nobody give a fuck about
But
it.
Yeah.
the gameplay is great. The music, I think, is some of the
Yeah.
best Mega Man music in the entire franchise.
I want to say that it's a pretty cool take on a Metroidvania, but
It's not
That map.
the map is
Map.
garbage,
yeah, the map, yeah, that's
but it's open ended. But the thing is that Mega
The
Man
segments.
Zero, like also the Zero series is kind of like open too. Like the first 2 games,
yeah.
you kind of just can go where you want to. And
I actually
they
don't
are
really
connected.
like that about the first game.
Yeah, it adds an unnecessary amount of complexity to something that doesn't need to be that complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been experimenting with the openness of the
Z-
game since Zero.
ZX is the one they've done it the best with, but like because the map is so shitty, it almost ruins the experience. However, the transformation stuff in ZX makes it
It's great. It's
awesome.
great. The game is great.
It's such a good Joe. You literally henshin like it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Like Vanter Ale literally like put their hands out and do a henshin pose and take the thing. It's
All right.
fucking great.
Something to look
And,
forward
and
to.
the price and the packaging is just incredible.
It's too
$6.
good. It's too good.
Yeah.
$40 for that.
No, it's 30
It's 30? It's
Yeah.
30. Jesus
It's
Christ.
30,
I would have
and
for
I'll be
6
honest, I would
great games.
I would have paid 60 for it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
I would
I
pay
don't know about
$30 just to play Mega Man Zero 2 on a
Oh.
good screen and ZX on a good screen. So those are my 2 favorite games in those 2. ZX is not much of a series, but
For me, it's 03 and ZX. Those games are awesome. Yeah, Joe,
as far as handheld Mega Man games go, those 2 were definitely my favorite.
Joe, you should
Just
pick it up,
because
man.
I
It's
get to
worth it.
play them again.
All right.
God, I hope they do this with the DS Castlevania games.
No, they're not.
Oh,
They're not.
that-
Really
I heard a pretty
whoa.
interesting
Ugh.
rumor.
Yep,
Oh.
we should save that. We
All
should-
right. Well, should we just go
That's-
to it, or are you done, Dre? You got anything else?
I'm still playing the
Well,
division.
Dre,
Yeah,
what?
I'm
Of
out
course
there.
you are.
So you
Well,
know,
Dre, what,
just hop on the division with me because I know that at least one of you have it.
I don't.
Point to the person who has it.
There you go, that guy.
Yep. Joe definitely has it.
You
Don't
know,
definitely
you
have
know,
it.
my video is the one getting uploaded, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know the order on your video. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fun.
It's
We'll figure it out.
He's over there on my screen.
Okay.
I know he has it. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I'm not playing anything. Oh, well, this is going to be too late by the time anybody gets to hear this. But apparently, Tomb Raider, the 18th reboot of it,
Yeah.
is free right
Was
now.
that
on
2013?
Steam.
Tomb Raider
Yeah,
2013?
Tomb Raider 2013.
Yes, 2013. Yep.
100% free on Steam.
That's a good game.
Yep, I snagged
also-
it just to have it.
Also,
Okay.
Temple of Osiris, really cool top-down gauntlet type of game. That's
Also a good game.
That was the cell phone one or the PSP one?
No, you think about Go. It was like the Xbox Live Arcade version.
Oh,
PS3
okay.
slash
Yeah, yeah,
PS3 version. Yeah,
It's like Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool.
it's top down. It's
Yeah.
kind of neat. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll tweet it out or something.
Yeah.
On our Twitter account.
It's a totally fine game. It's cool.
Free.
Yeah.
And it's free until the 24th,
Mhm.
which is like 2 days away.
As of this recording, yep.
3 days.
Oh.
I don't know.
Let's see how quickly we can get this up.
Days are melding together.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's hard to tell what days are when you don't go outside.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Ends in Y.
Yeah, that happens.
That's good. That's good, Joe. I like that.
So let's go ahead and take like one of these break things.
All right.
Cool.
I guess we can do some music interlude or something, which is kind of like harder to do on
Definitely.
on video.
I'm
We
gonna
did not
imagine
think
with
about
this
that.
shit.
Don't worry.
We just kind of had to figure it out right before we did this.
Okay.
He's
And
gonna
I'm
insert
gonna
like a JoJo intro. You know that, right?
No.
No. I'm gonna go and inhale my burgers that I have for dinner that I've just been sitting and getting.
I'm gonna eat my
Okay.
banana
Yeah, don't do that.
right up in
Do
the
it.
mic.
Do it.
Do it on mic.
Right.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
do
on.
it very
Do a mic.
sexual.
Hold on.
What you
Do it on
want
mic.
to do?
No, stop. Chipotle has queso blanco. So when are we doing this?
Oh, I need to get my ass to Chipotle then.
There's no Chipotle in my neighborhood.
I wonder if they're still open.
No, they
listen,
are.
The next
Delivery.
time, the next time we meet, we have to do a Foodie 205.
Yeah.
I'm in.
But
And it
yeah,
has
I'm
to be
in.
for the queso. Because the original queso was so bad.
It was
Was
really
not
Yeah,
bad.
it was
It
terrible.
was really bad.
It tasted like chalk.
It felt like chalk.
It was
Yep.
It felt like liquid chalk.
gritty and just disgusting.
Yeah,
All right.
liquid chalk.
So we need to see if they've redeemed themselves.
Yeah.
They probably
Okay.
didn't.
Well, the newer queso was better.
I just
Better than
couldn't give it
chalk
another
or
shot.
just-
It was better than chalk. Yes.
Okay, all right.
But was
Not a high bar to
it
clear,
wasn't
man.
good.
It wasn't the newer queso wasn't great, but this queso blanco, we gotta try that. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All right. On that note,
Mhm.
because I know that there's probably absolutely nobody who's missing Foodie 205, but we have to do that because
People are asking about it.
no, nobody's asking about it.
People are
No one's asking
it.
about it, Theo.
Look, all I
Thanks,
know is
Ryan.
that I'm hungry. That's all I know right now.
I'm hungry too. I'm about to have one of these.
All right, then let's
Two burgers.
let's
do
break,
this.
and then when we
Yeah.
get back, hey, that's a
yeah.
good-looking burger.
About to
That
rip
is
this
a tasty
banana.
burger.
That
Yeah.
looks good.
No, stop that, Theo. Don't stop that.
All right. We're going to break,
This is
guys.
not ASMR.
We'll
right.
be back with the news.
All right.
All right, the stream is recording is paused on my end.
Okay.
Okay. Are we legit gonna eat right now? Is that the plan?
Well, I'm eating a banana.
All right, give me a second. I'm getting my food.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's still weird.
Just a little bit, yeah.
It's okay.
It's
I'm
not
gonna
okay.
do it every week, so
It's
yeah,
okay.
it is weird.
We got some news, guys. Like actual like meat on bones news.
Yeah.
Yeah,
some
and not just the
thick
world
news.
is ending news.
Yeah. Well, some of it has to do with the world ending, but
It does.
Most of it
Uh,
actually.
well, let's talk about this thing with the world not ending. Let's talk about the PS5 because they just said, "Hey, we're going to release this press conference in a pure Sony E3 style of old."
Oh,
Okay. All right.
Chris
This
is
is the-
touching his face, even though he's been.
Don't touch your face.
Yeah,
You're gonna
don't touch your
my
face.
Like,
I-
You're fine. You're fine.
wash
You
my
wash
hands.
your hands.
It's all fine.
All right, this is a little unfair. So Mark Cerny came out talking about the PS5. Initially, Sony said, "Hey, we're going to be a full hands-on with the PS5, and we're going to talk full specs, all this stuff." People forgot to mention that this was in lieu of the GDC conference being canceled.
Right.
That's correct.
They were
This
expecting
is-
the E3 presentation.
This is expecting the E3 presentation, which, to be fair, yeah,
Yeah.
you might want to expect that. At
Yeah,
least,
I mean,
at least some
not
razzmatazz.
unreasonable. Not unreasonable.
But you have Mark Cerny talking for an hour straight in his. I think he has a very sultry voice, but
He
he's
does.
just talking very just monotone. He's like, "Hey,
It's
guys."
not the hype man voice.
No, it's not.
It's not that guy from past E3 who was yelling out "woo" at everything.
Yeah,
He just
And-
kept
and-
talking in one
Long,
incredibly
broken
sentence,
sentence,
moving from
from
topic to topic, so
topic.
that no one had the
Nobody
chance
could-
to interrupt. It
was really quite hypnotic.
it was hypnotic.
Dude,
I'm
it
not-
was
I'm
so
not-
bad.
It was.
It was a Star Trek reference, Theo. Don't worry.
I know. I figured everything is a Star Trek reference at this point.
You're not wrong.
No, he's not. He is wrong. Most of it's wrestling references.
Mm.
Well,
They
no,
both-
no,
delete,
wrestling
delete,
references
delete.
are Star
They're not
Trek.
exclusive.
Fair.
Good,
I
good.
can't- Initially, I was like, man, like you want to see stuff about the PS5, but this guy was just talking about vectors, scalars, power efficiencies, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm
I was
kind of
waiting-
into this.
I was waiting for my favorite term, teraflop.
Flops.
Teraflops.
I was
Oh, you didn't
waiting
like
for it.
you didn't like the Enter the Matrix?
No.
No,
Dude.
he said like we're about to enter the Matrix, and I'm like, that's not a good thing.
Lord.
Mark Cerny.
Listen. When I hear specs,
Ugh.
I want to hear how many teraflops. I need to know
Yeah.
the specific amount of flops.
Hey, the PS5 is gonna be fast.
Yeah, it's the
Really
thing is,
10.28 teraflops.
Fast.
is it as fast as the Xbox Series X?
No. Well, so
Well, apparently
okay.
they will have 12 teraflops.
Yes.
That's
And- but
that's- more
that's so
flopping.
that's,
More
that's, very,
flopping.
that's very educational of you.
More flopping than Ric Flair's entire career.
Oh boy.
Woo!
There's
Oh,
your
boy.
wrestling
There you go.
reference.
Yeah. What they were mentioning is that even though the numbers don't mean the final picture. Like a lot of times they're gonna say like, oh, is this 10 point whatever teraflops, but because
Mhm.
they're able to make the efficiency better, it might mean something completely different when games are actually being played on it.
Right. Like most people have CPUs that are quad cores or better.
Mhm.
But they still design these games to not use all of the
Yes.
cores because they don't know how many cores each individual person has. So
You can't
like,
assume
so
everybody
many-
has a max spec computer. essentially.
right. So many things can be optimized for what is known and what is
Mhm.
not known.
There's
You
no
don't
doubt
want
in
to
my mind
crisis
that
that shit.
yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that the PS5 games are gonna look incredible and run super fast.
Yeah.
I just wish they didn't spend an hour talking about these things. Just
Please let me
like-
educate you.
I mean,
on
that's what it was. That's what it
solid
was.
state
you,
drives.
and on the one hand, I'm like, you know what? This wasn't for us; it's for developers. At
Yeah,
the
it's what it was,
GDC.
it's what it was advertised as.
Yes, but boy,
I tapped out after a half hour.
This is
I was
trolling
like,
on.
I watched the
Oh.
whole thing.
no.
I actually thought it was a little fascinating. Like just Mark, there's something, as you guys said, very hypnotic about Mark Cerny talking. Like he feels like a robot.
He probably is.
He spoke for an
Oh.
hour straight and didn't fumble, didn't mess up on anything. I was
yeah,
like,
he didn't
this guy
stumble over a
is-
single word.
How many
when I watched.
teraflops is he running under?
Probably
All of
50.
it.
A lot, obviously.
Whatever knack is running on.
It was so bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I just wish I guess understandably they advertised that it's a certain thing and everybody had weird expectation. But like I think they really need to make it a lot more clear. Like, hey,
So I think that's the bigger problem with this whole thing. I feel like Sony has been radio silent this whole time.
they're quiet, dude. We
And-
didn't even see what the system looked like.
They're kind of letting Xbox write the narrative.
Yeah, which we have seen what happened whatever generation that was last generation, this generation, whatever.
It's like
So-
whoever comes out ahead from the previous console generation seems to have this weird hubris about them.
Yeah.
See, that didn't happen with the 360. The 360 came out so fucking strong, and like, I'm not getting that same sense of hubris from PlayStation. I actually think that they're kind of nervous. I'm getting the feeling that like the crossplay thing, the fact that like you're gonna be able to share PC games and your Xbox games, almost like that. I'm not mistaken. That's kind of like the whole point of what Xbox is going.
I think Sony knows they're very much like Nintendo, where their first party exclusive is gonna sell those systems.
Yeah,
They had to look
Oh.
at the numbers from the last gen and know that that was the case.
I
Yeah.
mean they pretty much confirmed at this point that their PS4 games will be backwards compatible with the PS5.
Just
Some of them.
PS4.
Yeah.
Some of them,
Some of
100
them.
titles, I believe. They
I'm
said.
sure. Well, the ones that count,
Yeah.
right?
Pretty much. But
Knack 2?
Mark Cerny is working on this. If you better believe you fucking bottom.
Knack
No,
2,
Knack
baby.
Everybody
in
expected
action.
it.
But the thing with Microsoft, they said that the Xbox is 100% backwards compatibility with everything. Everything.
They shit in their last gen.
Going back
shitty.
going back how far?
Everything.
All of it. All of it.
Mm.
Xbox original.
So I can play my original copy of Crimson Skies on the new Xbox, huh?
Yep.
Hold on. We're on a video podcast, so I can do this now. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Where are you going?
He's going to get a Steel Battalion controller. Watch. I'm calling Steel Battalion.
It's taking
Did he
a while.
have this ready? Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mech Assault. That's a
Kinda
great
lame.
game, man.
It's kind of lame.
No, Mech Assault.
Well, you just have those just sitting around,
Just
just
waiting.
to pull out.
Just
for the time
waiting.
that we're gonna video conference.
Yep. 173
You know what?
episodes. We finally did it.
I have my jet set laying around somewhere.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna take a look at my.
Oh, boy.
Guys, come on, guys!
That we're doing this now. This
What
is
did I
happening. We're doing
start?
this now. All right, let's see what I've got.
No, I have something else.
Oh. I think I have that somewhere. Yeah.
Dre soaps up right now. Here goes Joe. This is Joe's
Damn, look at that.
Yep,
Oh,
I knew it.
shit.
I called it.
A game that's been out and re-released like 80 times.
It was the
So
one
I guess
Wow.
we're all buying Xboxes then. It looks
I
like.
guess.
I'm not
Hey,
buying
Joe.
shit.
Joe.
Hey, that's Orta, isn't it?
Yeah, Joe, this is yours.
Is it really?
/ originally Tim's.
What's up with you guys and not giving back games that people lend you?
You're right.
No, it was a gift.
Oh.
Tim was like,
Xbox was a
"Here,
gift."
have this."
Yeah, so it's yours, Joe. So why does Chris have it?
I don't know why do you have it?
You loaned it to me.
Oh yeah, because you know what? The Xbox
Back
that
to
Tim
the
gave,
original question.
the Xbox that Tim gave me stopped working.
Yeah, it bricked. Brick.
I wouldn't read
Really
discs.
crazy.
So
Stop reading discs.
oh,
it would
oh,
go
snap.
nuts.
Uh-oh.
The mystery of where Ninja Gaiden went.
Where did that go?
Hold on.
It's probably in the console.
Yeah, you might be right, actually.
Hey.
All right.
I know that this is a nice trip down memory lane for games from the original Xbox, but we're talking about the PS5.
Yeah.
We are.
Is that the problem with the PS5 that we're talking about Xbox original
Yep.
games?
Maybe it is.
It is a problem.
Well, you know what?
I
We're
mean-
talking about both, and that's probably good for the generation, you know?
Maybe.
I wish that, you know what, this is the sad thing. I wish that there was more must-play games on the Xbone.
That's its biggest issue, really.
Yeah.
Their exclusives kind of suck, and it's
There's
as
like
much as I hate to
zero.
admit it, exclusives are what move the consoles.
And,
Yeah.
on
And now
top
they-
of that, whichever ones were good enough to merit buying the system, they're available on PC.
Yep. There you go.
Bingo.
There you go. Which I think, business-wise, is a very smart move.
Is it though?
If you
It
pay
is,
for a
yeah.
copy of Windows, you're still giving Microsoft money.
Right. It's smart because they control both markets in a way.
That's fair.
And
I get
there are people who are just not going to go onto the PC.
that. That's
But now if they do decide to, they have a library of games
There you
just
go.
sitting there waiting for them already. So it's not dumb, but it does hurt their console business.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well,
it's
especially
shooting
for
at
us.
every console system in the foot for them, for their own sake, and it's kind of feels fucked up. I
Mm.
mean, it's like-
No, I wouldn't say that.
yeah, I mean, how else do you describe it though? Like, here's our all exclusives. You can play it on PC, so fuck it. If you have the
Yeah,
console.
but how many people
No,
are
then
like
fuck it.
us where we have like strong PCs as well as we like to play consoles?
I
not
don't
that
have a
many.
PC.
You
I
know,
love
to
it
play,
on PC.
to play Xbox games, you don't really need that strong.
That's fair. I could probably play it off this laptop, but
Like,
still-
how much is a 1060 going to cost you these days? Probably
You know,
still a
dude,
bunch,
it's still almost as much as a console does.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So like, Sonic PC gaming is entry level here, man.
It's
Like-
not, I would never say that.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
would
saying,
never
like
say
that's a big issue with it. So, but it's I don't know. I kind of there's a lot of things that Microsoft's doing that feels like they're kind of, I guess they're pushing forward the idea of like, well, guess what, consoles aren't going to be around much longer.
Yep.
And we're gonna do everything we can to.
Consoles will still be around. There will still be machine. Like we had this discussion a while back.
Yeah. There's gonna be a Switch.
I've since then had some time to think about it. You know, there's gonna be specialized devices for this type of media.
Yep.
For now.
For maybe forever.
Forever.
I guess.
Yeah, but it's gonna be readily available on everything.
Eventually it will reach a head where like everybody will have
a thing that can play a game.
The thing that can do this on. They'll have the
That's
device,
true.
their universal device they can plug in and play any kind of media they want on it.
Except the Nintendo games.
Except Nintendo games.
You'll have to play your Nintendo console to play your Nintendo games. You know what? If they keep making them reasonably priced, I'm not going to argue with it. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's facts. The Switch is great.
I really wish they showed what the system
What it looks like.
This is not this. I understand it's not the venue for it, but God, when he said, "Okay, bye guys," I was like, "Whoa!"
I sat there. I was like, when I went back to it, and I was fast forward. I'm like, are they gonna get to anything important? No. Oh my God! And they got to like, you got to be kidding me. No date.
I was even waiting for a post credit. I was like, okay, all right.
Something.
Well, whatever the date would have been announced then, who knows what it actually would have been. Because,
You guys think these systems are coming out this year?
Not with what's going on now.
Yeah, before this whole thing, I'd have told you yes.
Yes, yeah, Sam. I think there's still potential.
I did say yes before this whole thing.
I think there's still a potential for there to be a Christmas release. It's going to be very limited, and
that's what I think it's going to be.
I think Christmas time.
I feel like considering that the epicenter of technology creation is in China, and they are the ones that had the original location of the virus and are relatively hard hit by it.
They're also the first ones to recover from it, though, as a result, too.
Well, obviously, because
they had to implement really harsh measures.
Very stringent.
Yeah,
they did, but I mean, the recovery cases in China are through the roof right now. So, like,
and that's good, but
yeah, there's no vaccine
there's
yet.
Still things that have been
the fallback from this is
right. There's production that's going to be lost and can't really be made up because of it. So who knows? But I feel like there's going to be a lot more delays this year in gaming because of this than like if you want to pick up a physical copy of your Final Fantasy VII, I don't know if that's happening.
Yep.
Yeah, I have the Steelbook.
Amazon already emailed us like, yeah, this shit might not be coming that day. And I'm like,
my Steelbook edition might not be happening. Like
you got it from the Square Enix store, right?
Well, I canceled that crazy one.
Okay.
I was like, you know what?
$300 is not doing it for you. Oh, sorry. So
I was like, you know what?
I was thinking of the wrong special edition.
Understandably,
he said 400.
Yeah, 400 for those. Like I looked at it and I went, you know what? I don't need the Kai's that much.
I could buy another console for this one game.
That's kind of where my brain was. I'm like, man, I can't justify that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was hyped for it. For the toys alone, I was hyped for it. But it's like those aren't even scale with the toys I have.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably resell it.
He's not going to do that.
But I'm not going to do that. Yeah, exactly. It's too much trouble. So I pre-ordered the Steelbook edition, but I did a physical copy at GameStop. Whoops.
Let's see.
I guess we can go into that now, huh?
Yeah.
Well, there was something
the perfect segue
touch on for because you guys are making my segues and I'm trying to segue myself.
I'm sorry, Dre. It's just kind of happened.
Do a segue. Let me hear it.
All right. Well, since we're talking about the PlayStation, Sony apparently here's the hot rumor. Sony is looking to acquire the IP of Metal Gear Solid, Castlevania, and Silent Hill from Konami.
So
they basically want everything that Kojima has touched.
Okay.
Well, Kojima touched Castlevania?
Yeah, Lords of Shadow.
Lords of Shadow.
Oh, yeah, Lords of Shadow.
That? No,
Mercury Stream and
the first one he was involved in, but not the second one.
That's why that game is actually kind of good. Like I'm just saying.
Lords of Shadow I hated.
It's not a Castlevania game, but it's
not. It's a good game. It's not a Castlevania game.
It has the Castlevania name, but it doesn't do
and a whip
like Castlevania. But it's fine. I mean, like, it's not for me, right? But I mean, like, I don't think it was a bad game. I just don't.
Wasn't that narrated by Patrick Stewart too?
Yes, he was one of the characters.
Yeah. Dalton? No, not Dalton.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot.
Of course, the source of it is a 4chan post, but so we already know that that's questionable. But
those are money IPs just sitting around.
there is a
I think there's some validity to it.
Who's making pachinko money now?
Yeah.
there is a website, I think it was Jack of All Controllers, that claims that they had sources, like actual verified sources saying this. So it picked up some steam.
I would buy that they're looking into it.
And
Really.
you think about the last Castlevania release is only available on PlayStation. So, and it only exists because Sony was like, we want this to be on the system.
Wait, what?
Harmony?
What Castlevania are you talking about?
The re-release of
Symphony.
my
And
bad. I
Redbox.
totally forgot about that.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, because they didn't want to leave that money on the table. I think Sony. I buy that this might be true because this is, like I said, these are money IPs here. This isn't just like, oh, it's just random like garbage IPs that we could possibly do something like. No, these are fucking. Castlevania's got some. That's a strong name.
Who do you guys want to make the next Metal Gear?
Oh, no one.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
Kojima's not in charge of it, I don't mind.
Honestly, Theo, Platinum.
Platinum.
What?
Metal Gear would be great in Platinum's hands.
I liked Rising
Imagine.
No, I can't. Why?
because we get more
they
Rising
like
games.
Rising. I don't know.
Oh,
I like
guess.
Rising.
You don't even need to do it like Metal Gear Rising. Like, I want to see what an actual Metal Gear Solid game would look
Story
like.
wise from Platinum.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
I want a Yoko
No, not-
Taro Platinum. Metal
Oh
Gear
God.
game.
There you
Okay,
go.
so that's
That's
the
it.
end of this.
No. I'm in. No. Let's shop this. I'm like,
Let's get it fucking weird.
that's because it's Metal Gear. It has to get weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Platinum tells terrible stories.
It has to
So?
be weird.
that'd
They
be
do.
great. I love terrible stories.
You're right. Metal Gear is all terrible stories.
How dare
Yeah,
you.
see, you
How
get
dare
it
you,
now.
All right. Remember when
Oh.
Metal Gear 2 told how
Well,
the internet was
world
gonna be?
we're going to live in for like.
Yeah. Remember when Death Stranding came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Apparently, that game did not sell well.
Death Stranding?
No.
Did it
Why
not?
it's got its PC release so fast.
Yeah, apparently it did not sell well.
interesting.
It didn't do the numbers they wanted because they wanted like stupid numbers. They
I
wanted
mean,
ridiculous numbers, and
it's
they
a
got
Hideo Kojima
numbers,
game.
but not
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it
they got
came
the-
out,
you
it
know.
came out to a resounding, what the fuck is this?
Which is kind of what I wanted it to be.
Yeah. Honestly.
All right, what
Too
was
much,
the segue? What was the
touch
segue
in
you guys
reality.
were trying to force on me?
Well, yeah, we're going to GameStop. Or we're
Okay,
not
let's
going
talk-
to
let's-
GameStop.
We are not going to GameStop.
Never
Let's
going to
talk
GameStop
about-
again.
No, like I know. I mean, as far as IPs, like I almost hope it happens because I'd like more Castlevania games.
Me too.
I would like
Like, they
more.
can't just hire
Konami
Iga.
games, Period.
It's
So-
you just can't hire Iga to make the game.
Yeah.
You know they will. So it'd be the franchise with the person who understands
Inti
it.
would make a
making the
Inti would make a
games.
pretty good Castlevania game.
Absolutely, I completely agree with that.
I feel like Inti has. There's probably a cap on how good of anything they can make that's not from their stuff, right? Like I think they definitely peaked around Mega Man 0 and Mega Man 9,
Okay. I'm trying to think of their other
but like I don't know if there's
that
really
Dragon.
the Dragon March for
It's
Death
it's
Beat
good.
is-
It's flawed.
yeah,
it
it has
needs work.
issues.
Hmm.
It's
And,
good, but it's definitely flawed.
Gunvolt is
Oh,
good,
It's
but
I like Gunvolt, but it's flawed as well.
Mm.
There's a discrepancy with its flow
yeah, that tagging system is not good.
it's weird.
and its mechanics.
Yeah.
Although I haven't played the second one, so I can't.
I've heard very good things about the second one actually.
Yeah, I
Or
keep
the
hearing
third
that
one.
too.
Oh, there was a third one. I
Yeah,
forgot.
when they decided we're gonna take this into Mega Man Zero territory and make a Gunvolt game where Gunvolt's not the main character. Hi,
Hi.
Surprise Nina. Hey.
that's my
It's a
That's my
big
son.
mug.
Baby gamers crying.
he's trying to let everybody know that
That's
he's here.
fine. You should let everybody know she's here.
We get
Mhm.
it, Dad. We get it.
And that's one of the things about recording remotely is that
Love it.
my computer is not near where we would normally record. So
It's
Yep.
all good. I
Yeah,
love it.
crying babies.
According to our recording history, yeah, it is where we normally record.
That's true.
okay, well,
It's
not anymore.
Historically, have
Yes,
recorded.
sure. Historical.
Mr. Pedantic.
Let's talk about GameStop.
Yep.
So there's a couple of pieces of news. There's one interesting / good piece of news, and there's one
Yep.
interesting
That's
/ disaster
yeah.
piece of
It's
news.
that.
yeah.
Do it again, Chris. Okay.
Oh, that didn't make as much of a sound as I would have
No,
expected.
it didn't. It was better
Oh.
the first time.
Yeah,
It's fun. Let it be.
The effect
It's
is
all
still
fun.
there.
So,
So which one do we want to jump into first?
well,
All of it.
We got Reggie,
Okay.
beloved Reggie from Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
who retired to be with his family, deciding to just hop aboard the GameStop board of directors.
Hey man, someone's got to grab those pennies as the ship is sinking.
you need a job. So it's,
Mhm.
You know what?
being retired is not easy.
Yeah.
People
You
who
know.
retire and they're just used to working, they go nuts.
Yeah. I'm okay with this because if you are this dude that saves GameStop, you're the dude that saves GameStop.
Well,
Yep.
he's gonna
Well,
yeah. have to do a lot
And-
to save
Yeah.
GameStop right now.
And if he doesn't, no one's gonna hold it
Nobody
against him.
cares. It's like whatever. Reggie was at GameStop when? When did that happen?
He's coming in and he's got all of the clout in the world. Nobody's gonna blame him for anything because he wasn't
No.
there when
Yeah.
they started falling. So now if he comes on and they just
like,
finish
oh,
falling,
he
you're
came
like, well,
too
what
late.
could
He
he have done?
He does not lose out of this whole agreement.
None
No,
whatsoever.
it's a win.
He
It's
gets
a- it's a
six
win.
figures and nobody blames him for anything.
It's true. Like, well,
So-
Reggie tried. He was like, yeah, I did.
And he gets to work in video games, kinda.
Yeah, kinda. So this news article throws
When you
stuff-
work at GameStop, you don't work in video games.
You know that's right.
right.
hmm
You know that's right. Hey, but we have something in common with Reggie now.
No, we don't.
Do we?
Yeah, we both work for GameStop. We all work for GameStop.
Huh?
What are you talking about, Joe?
Damn.
Well,
What
it's
you talking
out.
about? Huh?
It's out.
Since
Oh,
when did we work for
Can't
GameStop?
bleep that out.
Damn. Now we have to find video editing software.
Well, guess what, folks?
Wow! How many years? I freaking ruined it.
Yep. Well, I mean, at the same time, everybody who has half a brain fucking
Yeah, they.
together.
The bit was fun. It was a bit though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this news article about him joining was on March 9th before everything hit the fan. At the point of that article, they said that the GameStop stock traded as high as $56 at the start of the current generation of consoles, and it closed at $3.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
That is a huge stock beating.
I didn't know. I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad.
Huge stock
Crazy.
beating. That is a 99% loss. That's
I guess now they actually have to take care of their employees instead of worrying about the shareholders.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
Here's another piece of
Not bad.
relating to GameStop. GameStop instructs employees to ignore law enforcement and not shut down. So
Because they're essential,
What?
A lot of
according
places,
to them.
a lot of places during our current situation here, as cities and states have said, "Hey, if you don't work in medical, or you don't sell food, or you're not somebody
A
who
pharmacy.
delivers food or things like that,
Mm-hmm.
get off the streets. Don't open." So, a lot of places did. Like, my job is they're just like, hey, government started shutting down our locations, so we're just going to close it up because there's no reason to try. We can't fight that fight. That go ahead. It's fine. It's fine.
The arm.
I hope
Thanks,
they don't
Mom.
see this arm.
She didn't close the other door though. Okay. So a lot of locations were just closed down by state and local governments.
Mhm.
And GameStop decided that they were just going to say, we're going to circulate a memo to our stores and claim that they are essential locations because they sell things that help people work remotely, which, as far as
No,
I'm
they
concerned,
don't.
They sell things that stop people.
Prevent people
Which-
from working
which is-
remotely.
This we don't want to read the whole thing because it's actually pretty long. But like, you guys should look this up if you haven't seen it. It is incredible. Like the entire memo is just fascinating. Like somebody wrote that.
Not
Yes.
unsurprising.
And to some extent, Radio Shack doesn't exist anymore, and they kind of sell some of the stuff that Radio Shack would sell to
Yes.
be able to work remotely, like a keyboard or a mouse you could find from some GameStops. But like, come on,
they ain't talking about that.
This
Come
is
on.
Think Geek. This is Think Geek GameStop.
Yeah.
No, you're not
People need their
essential
fucking
anymore. Sorry.
Funkos, or they're gonna go crazy.
Crazy, dude.
It's not a good look, and
It is the thing. It is the nail in the coffin.
so
How many nails in this coffin have they had? though?
there's
This
a lot
is
of nails in the coffin.
This
This
is
is
it.
probably the last. This is it.
This is
But
what
you know what? I don't
there
think-
might be room for more nails.
Yeah, I don't think it's it. So they say that they are an essential business. So now that everybody knows that we worked at GameStop, thanks, Joe.
That's fine.
Don't rub it in.
It's been
okay?
long enough.
Thanks. So we had a ridiculous blizzard in New York. It was 2010.
I was gonna bring that up.
Was it 2010?
2011, actually.
Yeah,
Was
2011.
it 2011?
Yeah, it's 2011. Theo was
Our
with us
location
in
closed in
2010.
2011.
Yeah.
It closed in March of 2011.
Oh shit. Maybe it was. Yeah, it was 20. It was the end of 2010 then.
Okay.
So anyway, so there was a huge blizzard. You couldn't go anywhere. Like this was the city shut down. You could not get out of your house. It was terrible. I had to walk to the GameStop, which is about a 20-minute bus ride, and it took me 2 hours to get there
Yeah.
walking. Because we were told we need to be open. And I thought that was bullshit. It was just like, why do we need to be open? Like, this is ridiculous. It's freaking hot out there. We can't, you couldn't do anything. The buses aren't moving. I walked to the GameStop. It took me 2 hours, and I did not get passed by a bus in 2 hours, which means if I waited for a bus, I would have been sitting there dead. So I get there, and I didn't have my keys.
I remember that.
So I had to walk back and then come in, walk. So I walked about 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I had the foresight to leave early because I was like, this is gonna take a long time to get there. So I opened the store maybe like 3 hours late. I think it was around noon. I opened the store. I opened the store and we were packed,
It's bananas.
absolutely packed. It was a madhouse. It was Black
Yes, it
Friday.
was.
I was over at Rockaway Parkway
Mhm.
for that the night before. Right, it was me and it was one of the GAs, and I was closing up because I was a key holder. So full discretion now. And we were closing up, bro. Like the snow was flying down, and bad people were coming in. We were like, "Are you fucking serious?" And it was almost closing time. It was like 8:30. Like, what are you people doing? Go the fuck home.
I think the most mind-boggling thing about this story is that I was brought in as a holiday hire, but I was not booked to work that day.
That is insane.
Yep.
I guess you've reached your hours for that week.
Well, no, Joe was at Rockaway Parkway with me by then.
In 2010, at that point,
Yeah.
did we
You
have?
were.
I thought.
Joe, you
You
tried to
weren't-
come in
you
and
weren't
Oh
at
no,
the-
I'm
you weren't
thinking
at
of.
the
I'm
store
thinking of Christmas Eve.
oh, that was a whole nother.
Yeah,
We'll tell that story some other time.
that was
That's
a
great one.
different. That was a different one. That was
That's a great story, but no,
Yeah.
this was no Joe. Because I remember
Mhm.
who
I was there at that one.
yeah you were, and she called us in and she was like, "Hey, look, if you guys can go for it," and I said, "I'm not walking 2 miles to Canarsie. That's just not fucking happening."
Mhm.
Wait, I remember. I
At
tried.
that
I
time,
tried. I
Joe
tried
tried.
getting there.
Yeah,
Joe
and
tried
you
there
hurt
and he
yourself.
hurt his ankle.
I hurt myself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I remember, I will never forget that email. All right, guys, let's all make sure. That shit was from Stax Turner himself, trying to fucking like, all right, guys, let's see how we can get to work the next day. And we were just staring at this email like, is this a fucking joke?
Yeah, and it
End of
wasn't.
the world type shit.
And it wasn't a joke. So
No.
when they say that they're essential, they have a history of people
That proves.
in the store that
Yeah.
proves that they are essential. The
Yeah,
problem is that everybody knows they're not essential. It's
they're
just,
not essential,
And they know they're not.
They're not essential. They are profitable at this moment, but they are not essential.
yeah.
And that's
Even in the memo, it states that there's people way more essential than us, but
Yeah, and
Ugh.
they're like, hey, if
How can
law
you? There's
enforcement comes-
no degrees of essential.
Exactly.
You know, it's either you are or you aren't.
yeah.
They said that you could show their memo to law enforcement to try to convince them to keep you open. It's not like
I wonder who's doing that. I have. To
I don't.
Or what if it's Reggie? Is he on board yet?
They have updated recently to say that they're trying to shift it into focusing on online stores, and they're offering curbside delivery.
Yeah, because it was mandated that by the 22nd, you can't be open.
Yeah.
Unless you are essential. And they were like, well, fuck it. I guess we're not. They called out bluff.
We're not essential.
No, it was
We're just
them
useful.
them calling themselves essential was them trying to stay open during this in order to maintain a profit and not go bankrupt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Too bad for GameStop. Not gonna happen.
Your end is inevitable, GameStop. It's going to happen, and you just have to face it.
The end is not inevitable as long as they're able to make adjustments. They have proven that they're willing to try things to make adjustments. The problem is that they're a publicly traded company, and you can't tear everything down and build it back up when you're a publicly traded company.
Dude, their stock is $3. They can do whatever the fuck they want at this point. They don't owe stockholders shit.
They can't. They can't do whatever the fuck they want. So if they wanted to do whatever the fuck they wanted to, they need to buy the stock back.
Which is being highly discouraged right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the bankruptcy is basically the only way that they can really change any model they need to change and get around it. So they're in a tough spot, and they have been in a tough spot for a while, but
so
this is obviously not going to help them.
I'm of two minds of this, where it's like the same. Like obviously, we all have our biases, having worked for the company and whatnot. But I like having a place to go to buy things.
100%.
Yeah.
Honestly, and this is not just in like obviously, we go mostly digital for video games now, so like it's not as big a deal. I'll be honest, as a guy who buys action figures, man, that's actually where I get a lot of my toys now.
Yeah.
Like
thank you, ThinkGeek.
Yeah, ThinkGeek.
They made an adjustment to their model, and it's helping them bring in some more business. And
I think it saved them a little bit, not a lot, but a little. You know, like the reason I still walk into GameStop now is primarily for action figures. You know,
honestly, sometimes I just I walk by one every day when I come from work, and I'm like, I'm just gonna walk in GameStop.
Yeah.
Check out some of the used games.
It's gonna hit a point one day when getting a physical copy of something is gonna be a luxury, and the only way to get something day one would be to buy it digitally.
There you go.
I mean, it's already the best way to get something day one.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna get worse.
No.
Right?
No.
I mean, you have Nintendo sometimes that doesn't know how to release things at midnight.
And their standard time is 3 a.m.
They're just like, hey, let's just release this at 6 p.m. the next day. Close enough, right? It's close enough to midnight.
At that point, it's the next day in Japan.
Yeah.
So, no, not close enough.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just
You know how annoying it's to me right now, and like this is definitely first world problems. Like I'm just gonna admit this right now, but I don't own a single digital Final Fantasy game, with the exception of Final Fantasy 14. It's the only digital Final Fantasy game that I own.
I believe that. Yeah.
In terms of like an original copy of that game.
I
own several digital copies of Final Fantasy 7, but I have an actual hard copy of the original version of that game.
Yep.
It is going to burn me up that I'm not going to be able to have the hard copy of Final Fantasy 7 Remake when that thing comes out.
Yeah,
because more than likely they won't have it.
And you're a digital dude too.
And I'm going to buy it digitally because I'm not going to wait a day to play that game. And then when I can go to the store and buy it, I'll probably just buy it again too.
I'm gonna download all 100 gigs of that game.
Hey man, listen, I downloaded Final Fantasy 15 updates, and those are like 7,000 gigs.
Jesus, yeah, I've seen.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go. We're gonna call those teraflops.
There you go.
We're just gonna find a new. We're just gonna call those teraflops. So yeah, we have GameStop was committed to staying open as long as possible, and they were able to. And I'm sure some people actually managed to enjoy picking up their physical copies of Animal Crossing from them.
Yeah, and Doom.
And Doom.
Which they actually separated because they wanted social distancing.
I saw this random picture of a GameStop, and they had stand-ups of both what's her name, Isabel,
yes,
Animal Crossing, and the Doom guy.
And
they were just like together, and it's like, is this legit? Like, I know I would have gotten fired if I didn't follow AdSec correctly.
I think they're gonna bend the rules on this one.
Yeah, it's nice.
Bend the rules, GameStop.
Yeah, they have the choice in the matter.
They literally bent the rules just a while ago. That's why they're in trouble.
Well, they didn't. They bent somebody else's rules.
Yeah,
No, they tried to take advantage of the rules. They weren't bending anything. They were trying to legitimately get on board with the letter of the rules,
Yes.
and it didn't work out for them.
unreal.
Well, as always, we've talked about GameStop before. We'll talk about them again. They
Maybe
provide
not.
good news because
Maybe
they.
not.
Oh yeah, because even if the worst happens because of this, there will be news about that.
At least one.
Mhm.
At least one more
once more.
time, we will talk about them. Hey, how's that hostile takeover of Ubisoft?
I was wondering if you were going to mention that.
Oh, Vivendi.
The story that will never die, but is dead.
It's dead.
Yeah.
It's not dead.
This just in. The
know
hostile takeover is still not happening.
That's a new website now.
Generalissimo Francisco Franco is still dead.
It's
There it
dead.
is.
But do you know what is newly possibly dead?
Mm.
E3.
Yeah, it's
Oh
true.
man,
So
rip.
in terms of the gaming industry, the biggest hit from the current situation. Although, me personally, I don't actually think that this was 100% motivated by the virus.
It was
100%.
not. As soon as that happened, like E3 was the first one to jump on there. Like,
It's like,
this is our out, guys. This is our out. We have an out now.
Guys,
This is it.
you're not until June. You don't have to cancel yet. No. We're super concerned.
We're really concerned. We have to cancel for the health of the masses, guys.
And not because everybody left.
They canceled before
I'm
WrestleMania,
doing-
and WrestleMania is in like a month.
I'm doing the Hal Jordan thing.
I don't know what thing you were doing, but it messed up the focus on your cameras.
I know.
Nice.
Don't do it. So thanks to Devolver Digital, by the way, the people who have owned E3 for the past 3 years,
The greatest.
they just randomly bleated out, cancel your E3 flights and hotels, y'all. Which made me immediately think, oh, Devolver is not going to E3, so they're saying there's no reason to go to E3.
Mm-hmm.
Accurate.
Which is true. Which is true. If Devolver's not there.
They've killed it so hard the last 2 years.
Don't pretend you don't like the cringy shit that happens at every conference.
You know what? That's the thing I'm gonna miss the most.
Yeah.
Ubisoft's whole thing.
As much as I hate that company, I love their
Like
presentation.
all the
Yeah.
developers and
Yeah.
publishers coming out to be like, "Hello, children! Don't you like video games?
I don't. And
Look at us!
you know what?
Look at us having fun!"
Hello,
You know
fellow
what?
children.
Sony's was so over the top last year. Honestly, I was okay with it. I'm like,
Was
this
that
is
the
so
kill
stupid.
room?
It was so over the top. It started arm wrestling for custody of its child.
Yes, it was great. It really was.
Was that the kill room that everybody had to travel to?
The
Yes.
Sony one where, yeah, you're just like
The church,
wandering
yeah.
from-
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Wasn't that 2 years ago?
Was it?
No, it was last year.
I remember it being 2 years ago.
Bro,
Okay.
I don't even know what happened last
Well,
year.
Time.
Yeah.
Well, we can listen to our 3-hour episode on it, which
Exactly.
we're apparently not going to have this year.
Ugh.
For
Oh, you might have
several
some.
reasons.
We're gonna have to
perhaps.
fill that programming block with something, huh?
I will have something in lieu of it. They even mentioned that they'll have like a try to have an online presence.
E4.
Yeah, right.
E40.
E4? Yeah, sure. Battle by the Bay.
Battle by the Bay.
So Jeff Keighley just in February said, I'm not doing this E3 thing.
I got my own.
Jeff
thing
Keighley essentially invented E3. Like I know,
Really did.
I know he's not like the main guy, but if it wasn't for Jeff Keighley,
He kept it going.
be a thing. It just
He
wouldn't be a
was
thing.
a mainstay for too long, and
Yeah.
And, like
and it was like at its worst. Like when we thought it was going to get canceled.
when it was at its best, he was the guy that was there too. And it's just like
Yeah.
he was like
25 years, I believe.
and
Whew.
companies were starting to pull out, and this was before the virus take over. Then when that happened, it was just like, you know what? We're not gonna do it. EA is not gonna be there. Who knows if Activision's gonna be there? Nintendo's already not there. Sony
Yeah.
already said they're not going to be there.
Sony in the year where they're releasing their supposedly releasing their console, they're like, nah, it's not
they're
important
like, we
to
don't
go
need to
there.
be there.
That's crazy.
That's
E3 was
crazy.
going to be basically Microsoft by themselves.
Yep.
And Microsoft could just do their own thing.
Yeah, and they don't
Which
need
they're
E3,
going to. Yeah.
right? So when all this happened, they were just like, yeah, let's cancel it. Is there going to be an E3 2021? Like, I know that we've done this episode before,
No.
Yeah.
but like,
Assuming,
this is it, right?
Let's assume life goes back to normal within the next year. Assuming.
Okay.
Probably.
E3 still might be canceled.
I feel like they're.
It will be.
they'll
This is
try
their
next
out.
year.
Huh?
I feel like they'll try next year.
Try to have the show they've always had before or something different.
I think
might be
they're going to
something
try to
different.
have the show they always had before, and they're going to fail.
No.
I think
this
the
was their
way,
out.
I think, you know what, honestly, I think the only way they survive as a show is to make it Comic-Con. Just make it Comic-Con for video games.
But they did that.
It already is.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Lean into it.
People don't know that. Like, the average person doesn't understand you can just go to E3 now.
But
Like-
then why would I do that and skip PAX or, the other conventions?
That's the thing. That's just another one to go to.
Mm.
If you suddenly have 3 shows to go to, it's not really the end of the world. Like, there's 3 big Comic-Cons, all located in different locations. Like, the big 3 shows are New York, San Diego, and C2E2. Those are like the 3. I mean, there's Emerald City, which is another big Comic-Con, but like,
Yeah.
That's a horse of a different color.
yeah, those 3, especially because of their locations, like you have PAX West, PAX East, and E3 is in Atlanta. So
Yeah.
those are 3 very different locations that if you market it properly and you do the right thing, you can
Spike Lee joint.
yeah,
I think the problem with that is that would look like a downgrade.
it doesn't matter.
You
Better
know
than
what?
nothing.
At this point, how far can E3 fall?
I was gonna say, like, at this
No.
point, yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it matters.
It's never gonna be the spectacle it
before.
once was.
Yeah,
It can't be.
it wasn't what it was 5 years ago when we
Yeah.
had this conversation. Like,
Like when we started, the year we started, the first thing we said, "Is this necessary anymore? Do we need this?"
yeah, it's like our fucking 3rd episode or some shit. Like,
Well, a little bit more than 3rd, but yes.
yeah, but it was within the first 20. Like, we had this conversation.
Yeah, certainly within the first year we were doing this.
Yeah, like,
And
and
it's
That was
funny.
like 4 years ago.
And it's funny that Nintendo was ahead of the ball in this whole thing.
oh yeah, for once.
Well, I mean, not for once. There are plenty of times Nintendo has been ahead of the curve. It's just
True, or they're just
in
so far out.
technology.
They're not even on the same track.
right. Their curve is an entirely different arc.
That's why they're Nintendo.
They're on a different road entirely. It's just sometimes it intersects with another road.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, hey guys, driving by. It's
Yep.
like, oh, there's Nintendo again.
I got this thing. You want to try it out? Oh, cool. Let me do this. But Ocean Plus.
Oh yeah. Sony was absent
Nah.
last year.
Yeah, they were. Oh, I was thinking the year before then.
Yeah, it was 2018 where they had the.
Oh, right, yeah, because we were like, oh yeah, Microsoft has the opportunity, and they just fell on their face.
Oh, they were
Yeah,
absent
right.
2 years in a row. Holy shit, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
E3.
A0.
Rip.
Rest in postponement.
Well, it's a it's a different reality right now, and like that sounds like the corporate buzzwords they use in our emails that I have to read. It was like the new reality and
They're not
the
wrong.
current
though.
situation, but like they're not wrong. It's just
Yeah.
like things are just weird and different, and have been mass cancellations of like so many things. And we touched on it with the Sony PlayStation 5 conference, but that conference was supposed to be at CES,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and CES got canceled.
Yep.
So, thankfully, I guess you can say that there's not too many of these. This isn't like a anime convention culture where there's one every week in a new location and they all have to cancel, but they can't because their hotels are like, this does not count as a serious enough situation to cancel. Like, and wrestling conventions too, which are around like WrestleMania.
Oh, those are gonna, those a lot of indie promotions are gonna get hit hard.
Everything is shutting down, and I guess like thankfully for the video game industry, we don't have a lot of these that it would be like, oh, we're losing these left, right, and center. And they're not hosted by essentially small-time people that are just trying to get by and promote individual things. Like, this is a big event that got canceled.
It's the event.
But it's run by people who could eat it. Like, they can be like, well, if we don't have this event, it's probably not going to destroy us.
It doesn't destroy their business model.
Right? Like, we might have gotten some money out of it, but in all reality, we're probably going to save money by not having the event.
It doesn't even hurt the small developers because they have PAX East and whatnot. Like,
no, I think I definitely
the small
think
developers are probably like hurting.
Yeah.
They're probably not doing too great, but like they have other shows to do this at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you probably don't get the foot traffic that you do at E3 or the eyes that you get at E3.
So the thing is that the big developers are pretty much all gone this year, which means that the small developers would have had to carry E3.
Mm-hmm.
True. Devolver, this would have been like.
Yeah, this could have been. Like,
I mean, that's a regular Devolver year. Got it.
Exactly.
Right.
I'd imagine we're still going to get some news from various sources around that time. Anyway,
I cannot fathom a world where we don't get another Devolver video. Like, they're going to put that.
Not for nothing. I love that you guys are all aboard on this one. I tried to put you on for like years that this Devolver shit was happening.
Okay, well, you know, the first year you did it, you were like, oh man, this is crazy. And I was like, okay. And then the second year, I was like, Seal said this was crazy, so I'll check it out. And it was like, wow, this is crazy. And then like last year, it was just, why do they have a cinematic universe? Like, what is going on here?
It just made it even better.
You're the best DCU there is.
Yeah, they produce so much better than DC. That's crazy. Let's see here. Last bit of news. Since we love to talk about our fighting games, Guilty Gear Strive, which is a new Guilty Gear game, is going to use rollback netcode because
fighting people demanded it
better with rollback netcode. And
they listened.
They don't.
That's the most important thing.
ArcSys has some of the worst netcode historically.
It's terrible.
And like you're just
historically
saying that Granblue wasn't that bad.
No, it's improved. It's the best one I've ever played of their games, to say the least. That's not a high most clear.
For the most part, it's their netcode is garbage.
Yeah, because they use delay based.
You're right.
Everything.
And never feels good.
It never
feels good.
Nothing compares to rollback. Nothing.
There's no input delay on rollback.
Right. It feels natural.
Yeah.
You get like a couple of weird things where the contact you'll hit somebody, you'll see the contact, you'll hear the contact sound, you'll see the life bar change, and then a split second later it'll be like it never happened.
You know,
but that happens every so often, as opposed to you're always playing underwater.
Yeah.
Which is
I remember Street Fighter 4's netcode. Like,
it was not good.
Netcode
under any circumstance
made me not play that game. More so than anything. Honestly. Like the underwater matches in that game fucking killed me.
Yep.
Oh my god.
In fact, that was when I was just like, you know what? I don't know if I can really play fighting games anymore.
Dude, the fact that because it's the Third Strike.
I actually thought it was me that was being bad.
No.
And then Marvel came out. I'm like, okay, I'm not that bad anymore.
Nope.
Maybe I was out of practice, but then eventually I was just like, no, I'm not really that good anymore.
That's Marvel. It's hard to be really good at Marvel.
It wasn't Marvel's that was the realization I wasn't good, because I was good at Marvel. The realization I wasn't good was I was getting to the point where I was not doing the things that I thought I could do anymore. Like,
you push a button and you get nothing. That's the worst feeling in the world.
I was playing a friend of mine who, at the time, I believe he lives in either Jersey, Pennsylvania, or DC. I don't remember where, but it was someplace that's not far from New York, right? Not that far from New York. And his favorite character is Charlie, but Charlie wasn't in Street Fighter 4, so he was playing as Guile. I don't remember who I was playing as. And I'm like on the...
Or Vega.
I don't think I was playing as Vega because I did not like how Vega played in that game.
Bison, then.
I was on the mic with him, and I'm telling him what he's going to do. Like, I'm like, okay, this is where you're going to throw Sonic Boom. This is where you're going to throw EX Boom. I couldn't block any of it. And I was like, I know you're doing it. Like, I know you're going to do it. But I can't block it. What the fuck is wrong with me? Apparently what was wrong with the netcode is just really bad. You could not block EX wounds in that game.
Not on reaction.
On that netcode, you could not do that. If you're playing face to face with somebody, yeah, you could block an EX boom, but you could not do that online.
Yeah, that shit is so wretched, man. Oh my god.
And that's the better version of what ArcSys normally puts out for their online. So this is pretty big news for people who are going to pick up Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pick it up because I'm just kind of done with the games. I mean, as far as 2D fighters go, I really love Guilty Gear.
Mm-hmm.
I think Guilty Gear is one of the best. I think the characters are awesome. I think there's enough uniqueness in the game without being overbearing like BlazBlue between the characters. I think that Guilty Gear is one of the best fighting game franchises out there, and I'm not going to pick it up because I just can't play the game, and it doesn't mean as much to me as Street Fighter. I can't play Street Fighter anymore, but if they release a new Street Fighter tomorrow, I'm going to pick it up.
Yep.
And I'll mess around with it, and I'll be like, yeah, I can't really play this game, but it's Street Fighter.
That's a Hadouken.
I'm going to represent them because I want to see more Street Fighters.
Yeah, Guilty Gear. This is so far it's still a day one purchase for me. I know everybody is. Some people are feeling iffy about it, but hearing this is a really good step in the right direction.
It is.
I mean, if I was still seriously playing fighting games, Guilty Gear would be a day one purchase for me.
Yeah, of course.
But since I don't
Guilty
really
Gear, of course,
play them,
especially that they don't do the buy the new version every year and a half. They're doing the different. Oh yeah, I'm all in.
We can update our shit now.
Yeah.
We're going to get that Uni update next week for PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Uni which what? Uni what?
Uniclear.
Uniclear.
Oh, yeah, because right.
Yeah, UNICLR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unity.
UNITY. Yep. That's right. That's our copyright strike, by the way. So
not the theme music, really? Not that?
Nah,
no,
Capcom don't care.
They don't copyright strike video game music.
No, they never do. Thankfully.
Unless it's Nintendo, then you can't find Fire Emblem music on the
Still can't
on the site for 18 months.
Motherfuckers.
I guess that's how Botchamania gets away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and their picture in the picture helps too.
Yeah,
the picture in the picture, the reversed image, the 1.1 speed, so that it sounds slightly different. You listen to it, and it's like something about this is off.
Less that, man.
But I can't quite tell.
It's up an eighth of an octave.
That's pretty much going to do it for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it was good. It was good to have this.
Yeah, exactly.
Joining us on this adventure, this YouTube adventure, or it's
whatever service we're using to upload it.
Podcast as well. Man, this is going to be a really rough YouTube.
It'll be fun. It'll be all right.
I might have to find my Sony Vegas and
maybe if I did it right, maybe we can upload it as is. If I did it right.
Yeah.
Oh, you are Mr. Fix It, Joe. It's up to you.
That is true.
Yep.
I can't fix ugly though, Chris.
No, that's fair. Hey, I know he's not talking about me.
I think Drake froze.
Nope.
Oh, wow! You were very, very still.
I didn't.
He's good at that.
Oh my god!
How did you add the film grain?
Oh, I just tried.
He's good at his job. What can he say?
If you don't have good reactions, then what good are you? That's why I don't play fighting games anymore.
Okay.
Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, Instagram, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, all that stuff. And I guess today, YouTube.
I guess YouTube today.
We might have something else next week, YouTube too. Who knows? I don't know. We're just kind of doing this.
You got to take it one day at a time now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Probably won't get the cold open for the YouTube upload.
No, that's not gonna happen.
No.
But they get to see our faces
at some point.
Yeah, we'll get a different thing.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Now.
You have the exit music queued up?
No, I'm just gonna end it.
Wow, that's terrible. Can we get that?
Do you want me to get the? You want me to get the outro music?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because like it's just gonna feel weird, right? If we don't have that.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And I mean, like it's already weird enough.
All right, I will
music.
get the exit music then.
Okay. So
Right, I've got it ready. Okay.
Okay. Cool. So thanks once again for tuning in. However you tuned in. We'll see you next time. Hopefully that's in a week. 4205 cast off. What the hell is that?
Oh my God,
Damn
Theo,
it.
stop.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's not
That
it.
is
That's
not
the wrong
amazing.
song.
That's not it. Try it
Even
again.
better. Even better. Perfect.
God damn it.